and Casuals FC. Now, Corinthians FC were founded in the late 1800s when the FA's top brass were sick of getting pumped by Scotland every time they played them. As a result, a man called Nicholas Lane Jackson set up an amateur side which would bring in the best players who could all play for the national side. And it worked. It wasn't long before England were dominating the international fixtures they played, and it was largely down to Corinthians. In fact, in 1894 and 1895, they played consecutive games where Corinthians provided the entire England 11. But the thing is, the players refused to play professional football. They didn't believe in it. They wanted to spread the values of sportsmanship, competition, and played for the love of the game. It also helped that most of the players were Oxbridge graduates who didn't need the money. But instead of entering the league and cup competitions, they played exhibition football and toured the world, bringing the beautiful game with them. And it was this which spread the game throughout the world and made it so popular. Most famously, in 1910, they travelled to Brazil. And the locals in Sao Paulo were so impressed, they started their own team under the same name. Yes, the same Corinthians who won the FIFA Club World Cup in 2021, one of the biggest football teams in Brazil. Now, they were global superstars, and despite not being professional, Corinthians drew in the crowds. Everybody wanted to play them, everybody wanted to watch them. So much so, they regularly played the winners of the FA Cup in what eventually became the Community Shield, winning most of the time. They actually inflicted Manchester United's worst defeat, 11-3, a record which still stands to this day. Now, fast forward to today, Corinthian Casuals still don't pay their staff or players. The ethos of sportsmanship is still at the heart of everything that they do. And even though they're a side in the lower leagues, if you make the trip to King George's Field in Tolworth just off the A3, you'll most likely bump into Brazilian Corinthians fans who often make the pilgrimage across the globe just to watch their founding team play.
Right, we're all set. It's 4 minutes past 6, Tuesday the 3rd of February. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. The UK's biggest used car sale is ending soon. So get yourself strapped in. Ali and Gabby are with you this morning. Gabby, a very, very good morning. How are you, first of all, my friend?
Very, very well, Alistair.
What do you think, mate? Is that tools away, Burnley? Is that it finished, yeah?
Ali, I was on the train and I was keeping tabs of the game. And he said after 42 minutes, 0 shots on target, 0 shots off target. No one even tried a little shot, Ali, from like 40 yards. Like,
not a good sign.
Against a team that has come up and got promoted with you, that shows to me that Burnley, as well as Wolves, are wasting our time a bit now. Yeah. Like, their season to me is over.
I know. What did it? I mean, it's terrible things. I don't even know. Did any activity at all in the transfer?
I don't think so, Ali. I didn't see anything that coming from Burnley. I can't 100% say so.
Lord Prowson, wasn't that?
Yeah.
Loan, yeah.
But I just look at them, Ali, and we've said it all season. The odd good performance, but just so poor defensively. Some of the goals last night that went in.
Second goal.
Yeah, and even the third one, great goal, but come out and press the ball.
I'm having the third one though. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Poor pressing.
Yeah.
Brilliant finish though.
Fantastic finish.
Brilliant finish.
But it's a shame because the Burnley fans would have thought they'd have more of a fight this season. But to concede 47 goals, only West Ham, 48, have conceded more. Poor. Very poor.
Flip side of the coin.
Yep.
Joint 7th, Sunderland.
Push Newcastle into the bottom half of the table.
Remarkable.
Yep.
What a job, eh?
It's incredible. You look at the table, Ali, like it could be top 7 European positions. They're only 8th on goal difference. Imagine, Ali, in the first season back in the Premier League and they get Europe. You never know, mate.
I must have a wee chance, no?
Yeah, if it's top 7, say if it's top 5 that go into Champions League, 7 will be Conference League. So they're on the same point as Brentford. There's no reason why they can't.
No, goal difference is Brentford's 3 better. No, I think you're right, mate. I just think I've seen them a couple of times, Sunderland this year. I must admit, I can't lie to you, they were without Jack at West Ham, and they were slightly disappointing. Other times I've seen them been brilliant, particularly at Chelsea. I thought they were excellent. The one at Chelsea, I thought they were excellent, Gab.
Organised.
Yeah.
Got some very good players, Ali, that can get you a goal. And also, they're up for a scrap.
Oh, aye.
Physically,
I know.
They will have it with you, especially when they're playing at home. Their fans are on side. It's definitely a different Sunderland to the one I played 15 years ago.
Massive. So, we're accepting that's it now. Definitely
Yes,
bottom
definitely,
two.
yeah.
Who do you think's joining them, mate? Eh?
I don't know, Ali,
No,
because if you're Leeds, you're probably saying, "Oh, where West Ham come from?" But West Ham's first half performance against Chelsea very good, so I can't rule them out. I can't, Ali.
I've said it before.
Only
Do you
6
know what?
points. I can't.
Gabby, I'll tell you who's key to
Who?
West Ham are 2 wide men.
Yes.
Somerville and Bowen.
Somerville's he's come to the party, hasn't he?
He has, mate.
He really has.
He has. The Sunderland game, the two of them were brilliant. I thought first half against Chelsea, obviously again, very, very good.
2 strikers as well. 2 new lads,
new
Pablo and Castellanos. They brought a bit of like busyness, haven't they? A bit of energy, a bit of
that's
desire
exactly,
up
aye.
there to help Callum Wilson. They've got every chance, Ali. I just feel like there's some big games coming up. And West Ham, did they play Burnley on the weekend? I think
some games.
that's a must-win. Then you're 3 behind. So
I looked at that. Some games at the weekend, man.
So it's still up for grabs, and West Ham are showing fight. That's all they can do. I wouldn't be disappointed, Ali, losing 3-2 to Chelsea. I'll be saying to my players, you know what?
I know.
That first half performance,
Absolutely.
if you play like that for the rest of the season,
You've got to build on
you'll
that.
stay up.
You've got to build on that. Some big games coming up, man, at the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it was a battle of the promoted sides in talkSPORT 2 last night as Sunderland put 3 past Burnley and continued their terrific form, and what a season they're having. Burnley, sadly, miserable run continued without a Premier League win extended to 15 matches. Now, Scott Parker spoke after the defeats and was asked about Sunderland's incredible return to life in the Premier League, and he was also asked where it seems to have gone so badly wrong for his own side.
I think there's always them clubs, isn't it? There's always them clubs that you can look at, and they've done fantastic. Sunderland, considering where they were last year in terms of the distance from us, really, and the recruitment and the level of investment they've made some really good decisions. They're a strong side. This home stadium's a tough place to come, but like I said, it's certainly something on reflection I'm sure we'll go over.
I know. I'm just looking at that one as well.
Ali, Burnley, West Ham. You back West Ham to beat them, even though away from home.
Mm-hmm.
If Manchester United beat Spurs, you'd think they would. And also, if Crystal Palace lose away to Brighton, which is the derby game, West Ham will be 6 points behind Spurs and Palace. That's like, okay, something's got to be done there for Spurs. Like, you're getting dangerous territory. Because Leeds as well, Leeds United, have got Nottingham Forest. One of those 2 wins.
Yeah.
Leeds become on the same point as Palace and Spurs. And same with Forest if they win. Whew.
Man United, Spurs are a good game now.
Fancy Man United to win though.
Do you?
Yeah, comfortably. Confidence. Their players are turning up to the party.
You know what they've got? And it's you know how important it is. They've got momentum, haven't they?
Yep.
You saw
Won the last 3, haven't they?
Even when they lose the equaliser at Fulham, there's a momentum, there's a belief that they never had before.
But it's like the Man United way. We'll score. Don't worry, it's 2-2, Ali. Man United always come back and score a late winner. They've got that belief, and they've got Shesko coming off the bench. You know what? Cunha starting now because Dorgu's injured. Then Mbumo, Diallo, Fernandes. They've got a frightening forward line, and now Casemiro's upped his game as well.
I know.
From the previous seasons.
I know we're going to have a chat with centre forwards later, but I'm pleased I'm pleased actually for likes of Šeško. I'm particularly pleased for Solanke.
Yes, Solanke, yes.
They need goals, don't they? And the boys, to be fair, they're getting a wee return now, aren't they?
And if you're Solanke, you're saying, okay, there's still a battle for that second, third striker maybe. Why not? Tammy Abraham, Solanke, Calvert-Lewin.
How did he look at the weekend? He looked quite lively.
Abraham looked very good. He offered Villa another option, Ali, playing out from the back. Brentford pressed high.
Yeah.
Martinez would ping it into him on the halfway line. He was strong, held the ball up. He would have been disappointed with his first half chance in the first 10-15. He went through 1v1 and didn't look clinical in that moment, but definitely a plus getting him in this transfer.
He's unlucky with the offside goal as well, isn't he?
Don't get me started.
I know.
Listen, the ball might have been out, but
you changed.
how far?
Wait a minute. Wait.
How far do you want to go back, Ali?
No,
do you want to go back to the warm up?
No, I'm with you.
Or come on.
I'm with you. But I'm led to believe there's new photographic evidence.
Where did that come from? Whose camera is that? That's a Villa fan's camera because he's on the Holt end. What are they doing, giving the evidence over?
Oh, one angry Burnley fan who does think Parker should go. That's about harsh. Gave his sports bar, I beg your pardon, a ring last night and gave a suggestion for who he would rather have in the job.
Out of all the years I've been watching us, that's the worst I've ever seen us. I think we've all said before tonight, we've all said Parker's probably deserves another year next year in the Championship, but after tonight, he needs to go. I think we would.
Want to sack him? What's the point in sacking him? You're going to win the FA Cup. Pete thinks he's going to win the FA Cup.
No, we'll get knocked out to Mansfield. We're not going to win that. But
what's the point in sacking Scott Parker, mate? What is the point? He's a good manager. He romps the Championship. The squad's not good enough.
But then, we've signed one person in January, James Ward-Prowse. He don't even bring him on tonight. He brings a defensive midfielder on at 2-0 down. He just, after tonight, he needs to go. I'd go for Roy Hodgson.
Don't make me laugh, Ali. Roy Hodgson. Just drinking his tea at home, minding his business.
I need to let the world know. I met Roy maybe about a month ago. I was walking along the King's Road
for
the weekend, and he was sauntering along, minding his own business, Roy. And I met him with his good lady. And he was telling me he'd just been for a lovely lunch. And he looked nice and relaxed. He looked in a right good place. I'm not sure, Roy.
Why?
I'm not sure Roy's ready for the Burnley job from actually watching him just post having a nice lunch and a glass
just
of red.
relaxed.
Yeah.
But as well, Ali, we don't know what the board from Burnley expect. Maybe they're happy with the job Scott Parker's doing. Maybe they're happy with the squad and they're ready for the Championship next season to go again. It's disappointing because Burnley were in the Premier League for so many years under Sean Dyche. To go up and straight back down without a fight, 11 points off. You don't expect them to go on. I think they've only won 3 games this season.
But I was surprised, Gab. Now, I can understand the Burnley fans being upset, particularly with last night, maybe the lack of fight. I get that. But if you looked at the squad, would they throw back at us? But look at Sunderland. But Sunderland went out and spent a right few quid, didn't they?
Over 150 million, didn't they, Sunderland?
And you look at Sunderland's squad, and it's obviously clearly better than the
Leeds United
squad.
as well have found a way of getting results at home as well. Making it a fortress.
Absolutely.
Obviously not against Arsenal.
Arsenal game aside, Arsenal can do that to
But Burnley didn't do that. I remember going to Burnley, Ali, and you were like, wind coming from everywhere, mate. Rain.
How about that wind this morning, by the way?
I know, yeah. Oh, you're not wrong, mate. I didn't switch my core on. I was going flying.
Where did that come from, that one this morning? We'll have a discussion about that. Let's the Burnley fans who want to hear from this morning. Are you fed up yo-yoing up and down the league? Would you stick with Scott Parker? What's the issue at your club and why can't you survive in the Premier League? Give us a call. You know the drill out there, guys. It's 03717 22 3344. Coming up, we're going to turn our attention to the back pages and another rant from Cristiano Romero. That's next.
there have been complaints around Solanke's first goal where the striker made contact with Gahey when scoring, but VAR cleared the goal after a lengthy check. So is it one thing for fans to be conspiracy theorists when it spreads to managers and players? Do we have a problem? Have a listen to Rodri post-match.
It's one game and another game and another game, and it's not possible. And honestly, I never speak about referees. I respect their job massively, but they have to pay attention to these things. He kicked the leg, it's so clear. It's so clear. He anticipated the leg of Mark, and it's a clear foul. So, but it's not today. It's just 2-3 games in a row, and I don't know why. Honestly, I know we won too much, and the people they don't want us to win. But the referee has to be neutral. And for me, honestly, it's not fair. It's not fair because we work so hard in these situations now to make these decisions that you have to move on, of course, but you need to come back. But at the end, when everything is finished, you are frustrated because it's so clear, the foul.
Now,
He should be fine for that. He should be fine for that. He should be pulled up by the FA because he's called the referee lacking neutrality. So he's questioning the referee's impartiality in the same way that his manager condescendingly said last week that the referee's made his name. A referee that the managers have regularly turned around and said, why do you have to go to the monitor and back down to VAR? So a referee goes to the monitor, doesn't back down to VAR, and he gets insulted by Pep Guardiola.
But you said that was Pep's fuel last week.
But don't make it right.
Is this Rodri's fuel?
Well, no, it's seeded in by the manager. So now
Rodri's saying people don't want us to win, but the referee has to be neutral.
Nobody cares whether Man City wins or not. The only people that care that Man City wins or not are the team that's playing them on that weekend and their own fans. Nobody sits in studios caring whether Man City win or lose, and certainly not referees, I think. I think the bottom line is Guardiola has started this culture. He's got his hand up his captain's backside and throwing his voice through his mouth.
Well, this was, the thing was, this was the story last week, wasn't it?
Yes. Ooh. I get no idea, by the way. None. Is that the guy that just won all the... what do you call him? Grammys, yeah. What do you call him?
No idea.
No. Well, anyway, I've been
all
told...
over the song.
I've been told... Oh, I'm looking at it. It's in front of me. This is... It's either Daddy Yankee with Gasolina... or it's Gasolina with Daddy Yankee.
It's a great tune back in the day, Ali.
Yeah?
Yes.
Why did I miss this?
Yeah, it's like 2006. Just when I started going out at 19. Ooh.
Well, even somebody's walked in the studio and eyeballing me as well. I feel it's completely out of place here. This is talkSPORT Breakfast, Arnold Clark's Real Sale. It's your last chance to save big on your next car. So get yourself involved. The sale ends on the 16th of February. Ali and Gabby with you this morning. So Gab's having a bit of that. That, of course, was Gasolina by Daddy Yankee to get this Tuesday started.
You don't know Daddy.
I'll tell you why. I'd like to take this opportunity from this side of the pond to wish a very happy birthday to Daddy Yankee. I take it Daddy Yankee is.
Happy birthday, Daddy.
You've obviously heard of that.
Yeah, Daddy Yankee, great tune, Ali.
I love it. Katie, a very good morning. But Daddy Yankee.
That is a banger, by the way.
Oh, back in the day.
And there's a certain type of dance that you have to do it as well. Yeah.
Miami back in the day, Ali.
See, that is a problem for me. But
Miami Beach, Ali. All over it, mate.
Yeah, that is a tune. Yes.
We went to Miami. Scotland played Miami back in the day before one of the Euros. We played Colombia there. Remember Valderrama with a big band?
Yes.
But anyway, the point was that Miami was very good.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Miami's meant to be a great night out.
It's a very good night out.
Gary McAllister.
Very good day out as well.
Hope you're not listening, Gary. Carry on, Katie.
So, the back pages, just a quick recap of some of the deals that happened yesterday. It was actually the quietest ever winter transfer deadline day in the Premier League that they've ever seen. Only 7 Premier League deals, a number of them across the back pages this morning.
What did the boys do last night? They must have been sitting twiddling their thumbs last night, Jim.
Well, a lot. Well, I can't.
For want of a better expression.
They were like, come on. And then apparently none of the deals were actually done before the deadline. They all happened after through deal sheets and stuff. So, so fair play to Jim White.
Shame on Dwight McNeil, wasn't it? That was
that was a real shame. So, so it was meant to be a £20 million move to Crystal Palace from Everton, but it fell through right at the end, which is a real blow for him. Jean-Philippe Mateta's deal fell through. He was meant to be going off to AC Milan. Complications with his medical. Apparently, the doctor didn't sign off on the knee injury that he was nursing. So, devastating.
That's really devastating for his future.
And Oliver Glasner, how do you manage that now? And does he put out something with a statement to the fans?
Quite funny, wasn't it, this morning? Breakfast at the training ground.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, hi there. I thought you were meant to be in Milan.
I know. You should give him. You should try and help him. Maybe make him an Italian breakfast or something.
Yeah.
Break him in gently, right? One of these espressos or something like that.
But a list of all the
large espresso.
A list of all the AC Milan legends: Nesta, Maldini, Shevchenko.
So it's not arrivederci, right?
Someone who will be happy this morning is Jørgen Strand Larsen, who did sign for Crystal Palace, £48 million, record signing. So it now means that Oliver Glasner's got, 2 number 9s competing for places.
£48 million.
1 Premier League goal this season. It's incredible, isn't it, Ali?
That is
incredible.
You know something, mate? It's just bordering on insanity.
In July, Wolves brought him for 23 million because he was on loan the season before. They paid 23 for him.
So he scored 1 goal and his price is doubled.
It's doubled, yeah. Football's incredible, isn't it?
I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's madness.
I bet Wolves like, thank you very much.
Well, into Wolves, Angel Gomez came in from Marseille, and you've got Adam Armstrong coming in from
Southampton.
So,
ready for next season.
So not many transfers, but lots of back pages looking at Jean-Philippe Mateta and Strand Larsen on the back page of The Sun. There's this other story regarding Christian Romero. Basically, he's saying here, Christian Romero has appeared to aim a dig at Tottenham's transfer business, saying it was disgraceful. They had just 11 fit stars to play Man City. Ali, do you think a player should ever call out the board?
If you want away, aye.
That's the thing. Is he asking to be sold, I suppose?
Well, I don't know. First things first, he might have a point. Right? I don't mind players,
Do you not?
I don't mind. I genuinely don't mind it. As long as it's boring if they completely toe the line all the time. It's a different angle, right? So our angle right now.
What if you're the owner of Spurs?
Different. That's different.
So
I was about to say that. I was about to say that. From our point of view, it's brilliant. If you're owner of Spurs, it's not ideal. The only thing you would say is where his argument's flawed. They're probably the injuries that Tottenham have got are, I think, greater probably than any other team.
Yes.
So that's where his argument's kind of flawed a little bit. Maybe he's having a dig, but it's a strange time to have a dig because he's not going to. The window's going to be closed before he gets. If he's wanting away, it's probably should have done it 2 weeks earlier. But no, generally speaking, I don't really have a problem. But I could understand if you're the owners of Tottenham, you wouldn't be too happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 11 first-teamers out. Yeah. Remember, they also sold last season's top goal scorer, Brennan Johnson.
Yeah.
And that was Crystal Palace. So, I mean, Ali, take you back to your days as manager at Rangers. How would you deal with Romero this morning?
You'd probably get him in and just have a chat with him, say, look, big fella. Right. Here's the deal.
Big fella.
Yeah. Here's the deal. Sit down. Let's have a cup of coffee. You would say there's nobody as frustrated as me, right? However, that doesn't help us. You know, we've got to be united. We've got to be in the dressing room together. You making comments like that kind of looks as though there's a bit of division.
Ali, he's done it 5 times.
But they're different, those kind of boys, aren't they?
I know, but 5 times. If I'm the manager, Thomas Frank, it's probably like there's pressure from that upstairs now on me.
Right. Well, what can he do? Thomas Frank has got to do what's best for the team. Right. That's first and foremost is what he's got to do. He's got to do what's best for the team and is best for the club.
If I'm the owner,
pulling him out, fining him, and doing that kind of stuff.
They can't.
In normal circumstances, it might be the thing to do, but you can't afford to do it.
If I'm the owners, I'm saying shut up, because you're not playing very well this season.
You'd be a great manager.
You're getting away with it. You're getting away with it with scoring goals, but your defending has been shameless. You're in a relegation battle. Porro, Van der Ven, Spence, Danso, Kulusevski and Richarlison will be back this season.
Mm-hmm.
The other players, I get it, maybe long term. But you're going to have players coming back. What are they meant to do, Andy? Go and buy 4 or 5 players and have a 30-man squad?
No,
exactly.
That's
Shut
why,
up and defend.
That's why you've got to explain that to them. That's what I'm saying. It's not ideal. But I don't...
I'm fining me if I was the club. I'll just say that you're getting fined every time you go on Twitter and say anything about the club.
Well, I think you have to make a general rule, and you have to say, right, nobody's on Twitter, whatever it may be. You have to make a general rule. You can't be doing... You know, we kind of make individual rules for individual people. But I do, it's a difficult one. It's a very, very difficult one. Do you risk upsetting the camp again? I mean, I don't think it's a disaster, what you said. It's his view, right? He's probably been a little bit naive doing it. Is he factually correct? Yes, he's probably factually correct saying it. However, where he's wrong, not staring and giving you the obvious reason why they've only got 11 players.
Exactly.
Well, there's another player who's disrupting things. Rodri faces an FA charge and possible ban after suggesting referees have an agenda against Man City. The Ballon d'Or winner hit out at officials after their 2-2 draw at Tottenham. He's basically saying that he's appearing to question whether officials were being fair when he insisted they have to be neutral, adding, I know we've won too much, and on the back page of the Mirror, people don't want us to win.
It's nonsense. I mean, I've heard so much nonsense in all my life. I mean, the official actually would have been well within his rights to send him off for a second yellow. There's no get away from it. So you could argue the officials actually done him a favour by not sending him off. And I don't care. I'm giving a goal. I don't care what MD says. I'm giving a goal for Solanke's. I am giving the goal all the day because I think he sticks his leg through Gay's legs. He definitely, in my opinion, definitely touches the ball onto Gay's foot and it goes in. Is there a little bit of contact with Gay's leg, calf at the back? Probably, but you can't see when you're looking straight on. But probably. It doesn't matter, I'm giving a goal.
Maybe look at your second half performance as a team.
Yeah.
How bad you were.
I'm just wondering, Gab, there'd be an element of frustration with Rodri.
Yeah.
There has to be, because he's a brilliant player, has been a brilliant player, and will come back. There's no doubt about it, but he's not there yet. And I think there's probably an element of frustration, Katie, and that's why...
City were poor second half, though. Didn't deserve to win.
I think they've definitely got problems. I really do.
Agreed.
It wasn't the best, certainly the best second half performance. Katie, thank you very, very much. We'll see you very, very shortly. Now, coming up, we'll look further into reports that Cristiano Ronaldo, despite being on 450 grand a week, is going on strike. Quite right, Christian. I'd go for the 455.
morning, Gabby.
Good morning, lads. How are we?
Yeah,
We're
good,
doing
thanks,
well,
mate.
Gabby. Don't you go throwing the towel in on me now. Come on.
Hey, Gabby, look, I've got a message for you from Courtney, who says, when Gabby comes on, make sure you tell him Villa are bottle jobs. He would be calling other teams bottle jobs for losing at home in a so-called title race. Villa will be looking to get top 5 as United, Liverpool and Chelsea will catch them. Come on, Gabby, put Courtney in her place. I assume it's a her, might be a his. I apologise if I've got the sex wrong.
No, listen, yesterday was disappointing. Everton at home, disappointing to lose those 2 games. You'd think Aston Villa would win those games, but who thought Aston Villa would go to Newcastle last weekend and win? Nobody. So it's sort of like we don't really know what's going to happen in the last games of the season. But yesterday I thought they'd done everything they could. I was at the game, pressurised Brentford's back 5 when Collins come on. Sancho had a better game when he went over to the left-hand side. Tammy Abraham was sharp. But it's one of those games, Ali and Jeff, where it could have been 90 more minutes and Villa wouldn't have scored.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't know what sex Courtney was. Courtney's just texted back in, sorry, Courtney, I really mean that, because Courtney said, I'm a 6'4" man.
Hey, Courtney, counts for nothing nowadays, mate. I've got news for you. we need a picture, we need evidence, mate, but we'll take your word for it. Gabby, I was going to say to you, mate, disappointing. 3 points dropped, but it should only have been 2, shouldn't it? That goal.
Oh, don't get me started, Ali. Honestly, Ali, I've never heard Villa Park so angry. Listen.
For every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. Manchester United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. He'd averaged almost a goal every 2 games for Arsenal, but in his 45 matches for United, he only bagged 5. Next up, Radamel Falcao, dubbed El Tigre, or the Tiger. But at Old Trafford, he was a little more pussycat, to be honest. All the Colombian managed in 29 games was 4 goals. Moving on, things couldn't have gone worse for Jadon Sancho at United, with just 12 goals in 83 games. And it all ended after that very public spat with then-manager Erik ten Hag. Next, Ten Hag probably thought he was wise in sticking to what he knew when he brought in Antony from former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian has really not been able to hack it in the Prem. The curse of the famous number 7 shirt has also had its share of victims. As well as the aforementioned Sanchez, Memphis Depay found he couldn't follow in the footsteps of Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and Best. He netted just 7 in 53 appearances. And those are just a few examples. To be honest, the list could go on and on. Unfortunately, that's probably why Man United haven't won the title for over a decade, and why it might take a few more years before they're in contention again.
Okay, 6:35 this Tuesday, the 3rd of February. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Anna Clark. The UK's biggest used car sale. It's ending soon, so get yourself moving, guys. Check it out now. Ali and Gabby with you this morning. Right, here we go. After the Ashes disappointment on and off the pitch, England's white ball tour of Sri Lanka has gone rather well. England have already wrapped up the T20 series to go with their ODI success against Sri Lanka, and the final T20 gets underway later today, and you can hear ball by ball coverage live on talkSPORT 2. Also, if you like your cricket, the Barmy Army's heading back to South Africa next winter to cheer on England, and you could be right there with them in full force. What a prize this is. We are giving away a week for two at the 2027 New Year's Day test in Cape Town. Flights, hotel and spending money are all covered. The countdown is on. You've only got till Friday till enter. Listen up, here's how. For your chance to win, text 1 to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or call 0343 418 7260. Lines close this Friday at 4 p.m. That, of course, is when you'll have to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion, I beg your pardon. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. So, for your chance to win, text 1 to 83338. Gabby, you ever been in safari?
No.
Oh, man.
No. A bit too scary for me, Ellie.
Magic, man. We took the kids. We took the kids, and there's something we saw. What was the one we saw that you don't see a lot of? I think it's a white rhino, right? And he was right in the middle of the road, and he was looking at us, right? Honestly, and he wasn't for moving, right? And we had to reverse. The boy had to reverse the car.
I feel a bit scared.
A wee bit, because we're the kids, you know.
Exactly.
You always look at the guys when they're too scared, so that was fine. But brilliant. Just seeing these animals, the lions and that, see them in their own habitat.
How close do you get to them though?
Close enough to give you a wee ooh. Keep those windows up and that stuff like that.
My luck, Ali, we break down. The car will break down, mate. Just stranded. Phoning the AA in a safari. Come and help us.
You're not
22 animals around the car.
No, you're definitely not getting an Uber Eats out there, pal. Now, it wouldn't have been a transfer deadline day without a little bit of drama, and yesterday was certainly no different. JP Mateta's move to AC Milan was as good as done before the Italian Giants pulled the plug due to concern with his knee. You got to feel for him a little bit. Let's get more on all the deadline drama with a man who is right across it for us. talkSPORT's transfer reporter Ben Jacobs joins us now. Ben, a very good morning.
Good morning, Ben.
Ali, Gabby, good morning.
Listen, Ben, I'm putting out there, I think you should get half your wages back for yesterday, because that was as quiet and boring a deadline day. I'm expecting you to give half your wages back. What do you think?
Yeah, but where's my double wage for when Enzo Maresca got sacked on New Year's Eve, or Ruben Amorim left in early January?
Good answer, Ben. Good answer. Listen, mate, I just said to Gabby this morning before we come on, it was a quieter one, but I think you got to have a degree of sympathy for Mateta, surely.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. So Jean-Philippe Mateta wanted Milan and more broadly Serie A. He had an opportunity earlier in the window for Juventus. He does his medical. Then there's some further checks needed. Milan were being precautionary. They did those checks on deadline day and decided to pull out. Interestingly, Crystal Palace went ahead and still signed Jürgen Strand-Larsen for a club record fee. And Mateta now has new competition, which is in itself very interesting to see whether he plays, or if Crystal Palace feel he's going to go anyway in the summer and they protect him a little bit. Some suggestions have been put out there from Italy that Mateta needs surgery on a knee issue and is going to be out for 3 months anyway. The problem was the knee, but I'm told that Milan and Crystal Palace knew about this pre-existing knee issue anyway, so there shouldn't have been that many surprises.
Ben,
I think Milan's finances are tight. They decided not to go ahead because they thought that it was too risky.
I think as well, Ben, if you're Crystal Palace now, you're in the driving seat. You maybe say to Mateta, I know you want to double your money, but here's the contract offer. Sign it. If you don't want to sign it, good luck, because other clubs will look at this AC Milan incident now and say, 29 in June, do you want to be spending this money on somebody that might have a problem with their knee that could be there for the rest of his career?
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think age is one factor, plus the fact that those pushing for Mateta now have urgency. There's less players available in the summer. They might go for other options as well. And this is also why Mateta was quite aggressive in telling Crystal Palace that he wasn't going to sign a new deal and that he wanted to go to Serie A, because sometimes a player will feel January actually gives them a better chance of getting a move than in the summer. But Palace, for all the doom and gloom, all the Exodus talk, all of the Glasner nearly going mid-season, and all of the disappointment over Mark Gay going to Manchester City, have, let's not forget, broken their club record transfer fee twice to bring in Jürgen Strand-Larsen and Brennan Johnson, and in a January window. So that is a lot of ambition ahead of whoever the new manager is coming in.
Ben, talk to me about that, and talk to me about that as well, Gabby. How can a manager, well, it's clearly not the manager, sell the club to those players, particularly Strand Larsen, when you know the manager's not going to be there to start the next season?
Yeah, I think that Gabby may have a perspective from a player, maybe knowing that a manager might be departing from the market's perspective. The clubs tend to just say there'll be continuity in the same way that Manchester United will be lining up their summer business and saying Michael Carrick's there to build a philosophy that the new manager will have some synergy with. So that's the long and short of it. You're saying to your players, existing ones and potentially new ones, that the style, the philosophy, the club's plan will not be contingent on a manager. And that's why managers are not given that much control these days in the market, because clubs don't want that autonomy to be there. Then they leave and you're back where you started in the recruitment market because your club strategy isn't protected.
Has that changed that, Gabby? Because I must admit, listening to Ben there, back in the day, that I would always have thought that a player moving to a club, the manager would be a massive part of
Yes, not normally, yes, but when you're in Strand Larsen's predicament, 1 goal in the Premier League this season. Wolves are already relegated, let's be honest. He's got a chance to stay in the Premier League, probably get him double his wages maybe as well, Ali, at Crystal Palace. I don't think he'd care if it was me and you in charge, mate. Yeah. I think he's getting a chance to stay in the Premier League, and also he knows Crystal Palace will bring in a top manager anyway.
I think you're right. Just a quick one now. Cristiano Ronaldo, Ben. There's rumours he might be going on strike ahead of Al Nassr's next game in Saudi Arabia, according to the report. Now, I outrageously said he was only on 450 grand a week. I've been corrected. Seemingly it's 450 grand a day. I mean, can you clarify the situation for me, please?
It's about $1 million a week, that's what I'm told. But then you got all the bonuses. So he's basically earning nearly £200 million a year, but the base wage is about $1 million a week. And, you said that I wasn't earning my wage. Don't forget, Saudi correspondent for talkSPORT, and this was a massive story. So Cristiano Ronaldo, in short, said he didn't want to play against Al Riyadh. And this was a protest about the strategy of PIF, who own 4 clubs in Saudi, and also the wider league. And what Ronaldo is saying is not about his own money, but club money. Why are some clubs in Saudi getting more money to spend to bring in big signings? And Ronaldo believes that his Al Nassr side are not getting any central funding. And even though PIF's really rich, without the central funding, you don't really have the ability to bring in star names. At the same time, Karim Benzema left Al Ittihad, a PIF club, and moved to Al Hilal, another PIF club. And yet, bizarrely, Al Ittihad couldn't give Benzema what he wanted for a renewal, and yet Al Hilal could. So Benzema moved, and Ronaldo refused to play. They're somewhat linked. But this is definitely a bigger protest from Ronaldo about the direction of travel in Saudi Arabia, and in particular, the distribution of funds.
Ben, moving on to Pep Guardiola, there's reports last night that maybe he'll be leaving at the end of the season. Me and Ali both agree something's not right at Manchester City at the moment.
Yeah, and we saw that in the Club World Cup and in the back end of last season, and conceding goals and looking brittle in games. So Pep Guardiola could well leave in the summer. A lot of industry sources think that it will be this summer rather than the end of his contract in 2027. And there's a shortlist being drawn up, which is what well-run clubs do. It's not interviewing, it's not definite Pep's leaving, but clubs make sure that they've got names. And Xabi Alonso is in the mix for Manchester City, as we know, is Enzo Maresca as well. So Hugo Viana starting to draw up names. Ruben Amorim, by the way, not on the list, ex-Manchester United manager, but interestingly, before he joined Manchester United, he was one of the names that Manchester City were considering in the long run. So a change is going to be made. I think the third name, according to my information anyway, is Roberto De Zerbi. So that tells you that Manchester City know Pep's not going to be around forever. But let's see whether it's summer 2026 or summer 2027 when he goes.
Ben, fantastic, mate. Just to clarify the situation, there is absolutely no way that I suggest for a minute that you did not earn your wage. All I suggested that you perhaps had a quieter deadline day than you were normally expecting. You get your feet up and have a good rest, mate. Thanks very much.
I never earn the money. That's the honest truth.
Good on you, Ben. See you soon. Right, still to come on breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
You know what that is?
I do indeed.
You know where they play it?
Newcastle?
Yes! Brilliant shout for you. And I'll tell you, I love the Newcastle playlist before the game because they go for the Ramones. They play the Ramones and then they play Local Hero. And there's another one they play. I love it, man. It just gets the place going. You're correct. Good shout from you there. Local Hero there, and we're playing it because Gabby is heading on a train to the tune today. Jenny Jordans, if you're listening, give us a call, please. 03717 223344. We're dying to know what Gabby should get up to in Newcastle this evening or late afternoon. Voice note or a call. Come on and explain whether Gabby is welcome. Of course he's welcome.
Let's go on a Tuesday night.
I told you. I went on a flight. I was going to Marseille with the Liverpool boys.
Yes.
Incidentally, and they were brilliant. They're fantastic, and they're all asking for you.
Was there?
They were very good. They're all asking very kindly after you. So a bit of information for the Geordie lads up there. Where has Gabby to go this afternoon or this evening? We're also asking Gabby in the next hour if the gap between United and City is the smallest it's been in 5 years. That indeed was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins, 6:46.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Simon, stick to football, or if you've got an opinion about a matter outside of football, then say it.
Listen, I think there's a balancing act. I mean, I think depends if you're if you're representing yourself as a football player rather than just an individual. If you're a leading manager and you want to talk about the independence of Catalonia in example terms with Pep Guardiola, and you do it at a Manchester City function, I don't think you should be doing that, because you're there representing Manchester City. The challenge is that you will always, in people's eyes, be representing Manchester City. But by the same token, Pep Guardiola is a citizen of the world. He has an opinion about something, and he can utilise his opinion. So I have a mixed emotions about it. I don't really want them wading into subject matter, because most of the time they don't know what they're bleeding talking about, and they don't really have the courage of their convictions to stand up behind their own words.
But he's not wrong, is he? I mean, we've seen and heard of some of the prices at the World Cup for tickets in the summer, and they're exorbitant, to say the least. Again,
but I would ask the question, where does the money go? Right? Because I realise who his father is, and his father was the president of Liberia, so he probably thinks he's got a soapbox to stand upon, right? So I understand that he comes from that particular background, and I'm not suggesting that footballers aren't entitled to an opinion. If it were a domestic opinion, I'd say shut your mouth, because you're the ones taking all the money out of the room in the first place. In this instance, I would suggest that the beneficiaries of the ticket pricing are FIFA, which is a not-for-profit organisation, and we know that they're not transparent, we know that they're opaque, but isn't the distribution of this money supposed to be going to grassroots football around the world?
Well, won't the FIFA delegates be going to the games in their limousines and sitting in the plus seats that they won't have had to pay for?
But there's always an element that's like saying, but that's like saying, I understand your point, and I don't disagree with it. It's like saying all the commercial.
Okay, 6:51, this is talkSPORT Breakfast. Ali and Gabby with you this morning. Right, what do we know this Tuesday morning? I'm just about to tell you. In a dramatic deadline day saga, Jurgen Strand Larsen has joined Crystal Palace from Wolves for a club record fee worth up to £48 million. The 25-year-old to sign a 4.5-year deal at Selhurst Park. Staggering amount of money. A rocket from Talby. What a goal it was. What a finish. Sealed all 3 points for Sunderland. Excuse me. And a dominant display from Reggie Lebrie's men to add more pressure onto Scott Parker and indeed Burnley. And Simon Jordan had his say in Rodri's explosive post-match comments targeting the FA and Spurs, and referee Rob Jones. That was following City's 2-2 draw with Spurs. He reckons Rodri should be sanctioned for his outburst.
He should be fined for that. He should be pulled up by the FA because he's called the referee lacking neutrality. So he's questioning the referee's impartiality in the same way that his manager condescendingly said last week that the referee's made his name.
What do you think?
I think he should definitely get a ban and a fine. You can't speak about the referees like that. I get it, your frustration, but look closer to home. Look how your team are performing. Look how you're performing since you come back from injury. Not been good enough. And also, I agree with you. Yes, there's contact, but
he's got previous.
He done fantastic Solanke to even get in that position and score.
It was a good outburst, but his best outburst was when Scotland beat Spain. Man, and he said the grass was too long. The grass was too long.
He's not welcoming Glen Eagles, is he?
Classic one.
He's not welcome.
No. Just I tell you what, you need to be tread carefully. Comes north.
Don't be coming to my lock.
Don't you dare be thinking about seriously, Rodri, about coming north of Carlisle, boy. Right, just be very, very careful. Katie's back with us. Katie, how are you? Oh dear. I never knew you cared.
Valentine's Day's early. Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so we are
went
doing
for Yankee, whatever his name is, to a bit of this.
What? Dirty Yankee. This is a little bit of a gear change.
Dirty Yankee.
Je t'aime, Dirty Yankee.
Great song.
So we are playing Je t'aime because Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton could be our new Posh and Bex. Yes, they've been on 3 dates in 3 nights. They went to the Cotswolds.
3 consecutive nights?
Yes.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Oh, well, that's serious.
That's a lot.
You're no messing about.
Well,
there.
let's run through where they've been. They have gone to the Cotswolds, London,
They've not been to
Paris.
McDonald's in Folkestone, I can tell you that.
Apparently not. Instead, Gabby, you've been here to where they went on their first date, the Cotswolds. £1,000 a night, Estelle Manor.
I got a deal on my room.
Oh, well, was it
sales.
£999?
No,
I've got to say, the Cotswolds is beautiful.
Stunning, mate.
Stunning.
You
been there, Kate? You've been there?
Yes, many a time.
Stunning, isn't it?
Then they went to then they went to West London. They went to the Rosewood Hotel, £7,000 a night for a suite where they dined in their room. Because I was thinking they can't be out with a riffraff, can they? Having dinner, and then finally.
I don't know with Kim myself in the room. Would you know, Gab?
7,000, no problem.
And then how about this?
I need to be careful.
Then they went
just
to...
about the time Viv starts listening. I need to break.
She's already... Oh, she just texted in. No. Then they went to Paris. This is probably more up your street alley. £21,000 a night they spent at the Le Bristol in a Paris suite. 21 grand a night.
It's unbelievable. I've worked that out. So that's
I hope they got the money's worth.
That's cost him 28 grand straight away in rooms.
Do you reckon they make them check out 11 a.m. like us, Ali, or did they get late checkout?
It's
late checkout for 20.
Yeah, just an extra £2,000.
You'd want one, wouldn't you? You'd want a late checkout at the very least.
Why, Ali?
Well, for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Obvious. Do you want to explain them?
You've got to go to the gym. You need to go to the gym in the morning.
You need to use all of the facilities, breakfast.
What's your take on it? I mean, are they going to be an item, do you think?
Well, let me put this into perspective. Kim Kardashian is worth $1.3 billion. Lewis Hamilton is worth $385 million, so he's done well there. She's got 353 million followers. Lewis Hamilton, 42 million. Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, has 670 million followers. No. So she's flying, isn't she?
He's after your money, Kim.
Well,
he's after your money.
Gabby, where would you take Kim Kardashian next? Bearing in mind, you've been to the Cotswolds, you've been to London, you've been to Paris. Where would you go next?
I would take her, maybe a bit of Lake Como, Ali. Bit of Milan shopping.
I think you've got to go to Italy, Amalfi Coast, Positano.
Or maybe even a winter holiday in Switzerland. Where?
Oh, dear.
Probably I nearly said I'd take her up the Highlands. Is that a yellow card?
That's a full-on red,
Is that a full-on red? Oh, there's boys waving cards at me in the studio there. I think Kim Kardashian would love the Highlands.
Ali,
I'm sure she'd love it up the Highland.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Imagine as well the cost of that private jet from California to the Cotswolds.
You think he's definitely went private?
Paris.
Well, yes, she chartered her jet to Paris, so she's paying for a lot of this, you know.
I tell you, you've got to think about it. If they have a future together, she must be thinking, I can't be MD better to drive the kids to school than Lewis Hamilton, seriously, can I?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're running a bit late. Lewis will you'll have the kids in the playground before.
Well, you know what Alan's like, and you're the same. Like, we don't believe that, like, the lady should pay. So why is Kim paying for the private jet, Ali? I think she covered the expense of the room in Paris. Come on, Lewis. Get your wallet out, mate.
Who was the one? Was you not getting... By the way, she looks a wee bit like the one he was seeing. Who was
Nicole Scherzinger.
Yes.
She's clearly got a type.
Yeah. She was behind me in the queue.
Really? Did you say hello?
Faro Airport. She's the one she married to the rugby player.
And Pussycat Dolls?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't you?
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Is that what you sang to her?
No, she was... Viv and I broke into it in the queue at Faro Airport. They were far from impressed. No, I saw her. Yeah.
So just on this, Ali, we saw Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift grab the headlines in the NFL when Kansas City won the Super Bowl. If Lewis Hamilton starts to shine for Ferrari, could this have the same effect in Formula One? Or will it be seen as a massive distraction?
You're clearly getting me mixed up with somebody that gives a monkey. I think it would certainly make it... Well, it's a story, isn't it? Everybody loves a story. You know, the Travis Kelce one with Taylor Swift grabbed the imagination of most people other than me. You know, but I get it. It's a story and everybody loves a story.
I'm sure it'll be someone else next week for Kim anyway.
Well, that's a bit harsh.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
maybe
you don't see this.
Maybe I'm jealous.
You don't see this relationship.
You are definitely jealous.
I don't see her at the first Grand Prix next month.
Do you not turning up in a Ferrari jacket?
I don't see her there, to be honest.
I actually see that happening.
So do I. I'm with you, Katie.
I can imagine a PR team going, you know what would be great? Do what Taylor Swift's done, going off and marry a sports star.
I could see her changing tyres in the pit lane.
Do you think she'll speak to anyone on the grid?
Oh, I think she would. Yeah. I think Kim's the type of girl that would roll the sleeves up and change her tyre. I do.
Get the gloves out.
I can see that.
So much smoke here, Lewis.
Kim go zoom, zoom, 4 wheels off, 4 wheels on.
So loud. Why is it so loud here?
Very interesting. Thanks for that, Katie. We'll dive right into Sunderland after another win and ask if they are destined for a European adventure. That might be the target now. Sitting really well. 03717 22 3344 659.
Anthony, does it bother you how you win it? If you end up winning it, you've won it, you know?
No, good morning, lads. Great show as usual.
Thanks,
I just want to say hello to Martin, the legend. Martin, you probably don't remember me. I met you in Holiday Inn years ago. I came to get Ian Wright to sign my book for me, and I met you in the foyer. You was reading the newspaper, and you took the picture and you said, bloody hell, right, he's got more gold teeth than you. But anyway, that was a quick one. No, I think it's a disgrace as Scholes and Butt are talking, to be honest, Jim. Let's be honest, like you just touched on, the worst Premiership team was the last team Fergie won the league with. Because if you remember, Fergie left, Moyes came in, and that team after that got absolutely pelted. Couldn't defend nothing, absolutely dross. So how can he sit there and talk about if this Arsenal team wins the league, it's the worst team to ever win it? No. And let's talk about it realistically. Leicester City should never have won the Premiership. They should never have won the Premiership. So how can you sit there and say, oh, if this Arsenal team wins, it's the worst Arsenal team? Like the previous caller said, Chelsea, parking bosses, Jose Mourinho, winning at all costs. Nobody questioned Jose. Nobody questioned Jose when he wins at all costs.
Anthony, who had more gold teeth? You or Martin Keown?
No, I didn't have any of it.
Oh, you didn't have any?
It was Ian Wright.
Ian Wright did.
But I've still got the...
To succeed, people often say you need to think outside the box. In sports, every now and then someone does just that and comes up with a crazy idea for an exhibition event that nobody else could have dreamt up. Here are some of the most iconic we've ever seen. I mean, what an image. This was the setting for the Battle of the Surfaces in 2007 between Roger Federer and Rafa Nadal. The courts in Nadal's home of Mallorca reportedly took 19 days to build and cost £1.2 million. The players had to change their shoes every time they changed ends, and despite some dodgy bits of grass, they slugged out an epic three-setter, won by Nadal. But that's not even the most famous exhibition in tennis, because in 1973, we got the Battle of the Sexes, watched by 50 million people in the US alone. Billie Jean King's victory over Bobby Riggs was not only a landmark event for entertainment value, but also for its impact on the fight for gender equality in sports. I mean, the Battle of the Surfaces never got turned into a movie. Now, imagine a motor race that involved American Indy cars and European F1 cars. Well, that happened twice, back in 1957 and 58. The race of the two worlds took place at Monza and was nicknamed Monzanapolis. Despite legends like Sterling Moss, Phil Hill and Mike Hawthorne racing the F1 cars, the Americans won both years. Fans and the teams loved it, but it didn't make enough money, so got canned. For its cast list alone, though, the greatest exhibition might have to go to the Princess Diana Memorial match at Lord's. Mike Atherton captained a Marylebone Cricket Club side, with Sachin Tendulkar leading a rest of the world 11. Names like Wasim Akram, Zurav Ganguly, Andy Flower, Anil Kumble and Glenn McGrath turned out. The one-dayer, won by the rest of the world by 6 wickets, raised more than £1 million for the Princess of Wales Memorial Fund. Incredible all round.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast. Arnold Clark's Real Sale. It's your last chance to save big on your next car. The sale ends on the 16th of February. Ali and Gabby with you this morning. Yeah, you know, that's a beautiful place to take a date up the Highlands. You don't think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Stunning, I think.
What's it like there?
Oh, I'm telling you, it's absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful.
See, like some Glencoe and place. I mean, Gabby, amazing, man.
Would you call where I went?
That's kind of Lochfine.
Highlands, where I went through your place.
See, the further up you go, up towards Oban and Glencoe.
On the drive from Glasgow Airport to your place was unbelievable views.
Well, it gets even better.
Unbelievable, Ali. It's like a tourist out the window. Whoa.
it gets even better. See, the further up you go.
Stunning, mate.
Mate, it is absolutely. Next time you go up in the summer, when we're away, go up for 3 or 4 days, and I'll give you places to go. You can go island hopping. Honestly. You go in the car and go island hopping, some lovely wee restaurants, and it's magic.
Yes, loved it, mate.
Absolutely
yes, stunning.
magic. Okay, where are we now? We've got some great texts on whether they would take Kim. Lewis said he would take Kim for a curry in Bradford. Lewis, you know how to spoil a lady, don't you? James said he would take Kim to the Bull Ring in Birmingham.
Lovely, loads of lovely shops.
Yeah?
Yes,
I might suit
Nando's in there.
Okay.
I'm sure she'll like a bit of peri-peri chicken, won't she?
I don't think she'll like it too hot, though.
You don't reckon,
No.
do? Oh, okay.
I think she would go hot.
Five Guys? Yeah, she wants American Five Guys.
Yeah.
Get her Five Guys down, you Kim.
I don't have her done as a nice Chinese. I don't see her eating those spare ribs.
She's paid now.
Oh, aye.
Oh. I'm saying my wallet and my Apple Pay's not working. Apple Pay's not working. What's going on?
Where is she at? 1.2?
1.3 billion.
What do you do with that?
I don't know. I bet she's like, Lewis, you save your money, mate. I'll sort this trip.
1.4 billion.
Put your wallet away.
Me. Now, moving swiftly on, a live football on talkSPORT last night came from the Stadium of Light as Sunderland gave Burnley a bit of a going over.
Good 1-2 here, and now Brian Brobby's coming forward into the area, and he's got support from Diarra! Massive deflection in the end, but the football was excellent. That one might well get chalked down as an own goal. Men in the middle in red and white shirts, looking for Diarra, gets the rebound and it's in! Martin de Bruyne got something on it, deflection, playing it into the path of Habib Diarra, and Sunderland, after half an hour in this game, have doubled their lead. And it was Enzo Lafay that started everything. And Burnley, well, it is a steep gradient now that they are facing. Talbot onto his right foot, shooting! Oh! And scoring! And what a goal that is! A beauty for Sunderland! Oh, well, that'll warm the toes of the supporters, won't it? What a strike that is! Burnley are heading for another defeat, and they're heading for the championship as well. Brilliant win for Sunderland, 3-0 they've won by. Sorry night for Burnley. That run without a win in the Premier League stretches now to 15 games back to October.
Some performance, I've got to say, it's been a dream start for Sunderland. 36 points from 24 games. They've left the Black Cats in 8th, joint 7th, I would say. It's been a season not even the most optimistic of fans could have dreamed of. Gabby, incredible. I mean, just phenomenally.
Oh,
you're looking at the recent history, tell you 3 promoted sides, went straight back down. I've got to say, I think it's amazing.
And they've beaten their local rivals.
Yeah.
Like, how fantastic for the Sunderland fans.
We'll touch on that, but I want to get more on it. Can I speak to a Sunderland legend, by the way? The last time he was on the show, he normally plays Keep You Up With Me when he comes on this show. It's Kevin Ball. Bally, good morning. You're going to go easy on me today, please?
Good morning, Kevin.
Yeah. Good morning, Gabby. Good morning, Ali. How you doing? All right?
We're brilliant, mate. What about last night? Bally, I'm just saying I was saying to Gabby before we come on, I've seen the lads a few times. I thought without Granit Xhaka at West Ham was a little bit of a disappointment. They got themselves back in the game, but it's a wee bit of a disappointment. But overall, I've been at Chelsea. Sunderland have been, particularly at home, mate, they've been incredible. Have they surprised you?
I think over the course of the season will have done, because at the start when you see the way they're performing, you ask yourself, can they keep it going? But I think my little mantra, the club's mantra is till the end. Mine is they're giving 100% commitment 100% of the time. So for a Sunderland fan to be seeing that, that's what they want, along with some fantastic individual performances, makes for great watching at the moment.
How good, Kevin, has Robbie been? He's 5 Premier League goals, 1 assist. How good of a signing has he been? Because he's pushed Isidore and Mienda onto the bench, hasn't he?
Yeah, he last night was outstanding, and I think he's going to get better and better and better as the season goes on. Obviously strong, his continuity plays getting better all the time. He scored some wonderful goals as well out of nothing.
Yes.
All of a sudden the ball's in the back of the net, and however he chooses to do it, no one's bothered, but some of them have been outstanding. But I genuinely believe over the course of the season he'll get better and better. But his hold-up play and the way he fought off the Burnley defenders last night was great to see.
Bonnie, what I've really been impressed with as well, the kind of shape and the way they changed their shape. When I was at Chelsea, they defended as a back five, but when they attacked, they could have got boys forward in wider positions. But I want to talk to you, asking particular at position, obviously you really know. I mean, Ballard and the goalkeeper and Robin Roofs, I think the spine of the team, as we know, or any team, is very important. But these two have really impressed me.
I think over again, I talk about over the course of the season because that's how I like to judge players, how they do it, over a period of time, not just in one-off games and that. But I think Robin Roof's in goal has been absolutely tremendous. He's calmness personified, playing out from the back. He's always very confident. He's got a fantastic pass on him as well. Comes for crosses, shot saves, everything you want about him like that is brilliant. Watching last night's game, I loved watching Dan Ballard. Yeah. He is a colossus of a man. I love the way he puts himself in front of anything. I mean, he goes for every header, every tackle. He can pass the ball, he can run. Again, last night I thought he was outstanding, and he has been this season, been excellent.
It's so important as well, isn't it, for Sunderland, who have been out of the Premier League for so long and down to League One. They've had such a tough 10, 12 years of football. Now it's, can you go again next season? Can you strengthen in the summer transfer window? Can you maybe, some of the players that aren't up to the level, bring in stronger players and cement yourself like a Brighton have, like a Bournemouth have in the Premier League?
Gabby, bugger that for a lot. Let's just finish this season and enjoy it first. I'm a bit like that. I've come to the conclusion now, and I've told a lot of people this. Enjoy this moment. Yeah, there will be things going on behind the scenes in preparing for next season. I think the most important thing, and I've shut my eyes to and I'm telling you this, I'm not excited about, is for people just to enjoy the moment. Sometimes we look too far ahead and we forget to enjoy the moment. There will be plans going on behind the scenes, I've no doubt how they can improve the team. And I totally understand your thoughts. But mine at this moment is to just enjoy each game as it comes along, because having seen what the recruitment's been like this year behind the scenes, you can guarantee they'll be already onto it for next season, for any outcome, to be honest.
I tell you what, I mean, you're talking about enjoy it. That's the one thing the fans are doing. The atmosphere in the stadium's been absolutely incredible. Probably the biggest telling point for me, mate, and you can tell me what you think. I was at the cup game in the derby when Newcastle had far too much, right? And then I look at the dramatic change, particularly in the league game. That tells you just how far they've come.
It's how far the pendulum swung again since that game. If you go back to that game, I remember watching it, and the style of player I was, obviously a lot of finesse, a lot of technique. I was looking at the game thinking, is anybody going to go and do someone here? Do you know what I mean? Is anybody going to go and mince someone? But it never really happened during the game. Now, I know that's a very archaic way of looking at football, but I quite enjoyed that side. But in that particular game, I didn't feel we came out of anything. They milked it as much as they could, and I don't blame them for doing that either. So, again, when the opportunity came to play them in the league this year, it was a fantastic win for us. But again, going back to, even if you want to really be honest with you, the fans' entertainment on the day, the whole day was brilliant. How they plan stage now is fantastic. And some of the quirky little things they do that they probably shouldn't are funny as well. But no, definitely was such a difference between the FA Cup game and the league game this year. Was such two stark different games.
Brilliant, Bolo. Listen, I'm down in the next couple of weeks, mate. So what I'll do is I'll bring a video. I'm going to bring a video doing a 1 or 2 year performances just to remind you what kind of player you were, mate. If that's okay with you.
Can I just say, I want to know when I'm coming to Scotland or when I'm going to the Bull Ring for a bit of peri-peri chicken.
Mate, it's special. Special it is, mate.
Honestly, I'm sitting here thinking, I wish he just would hurry up. I mean, this is the kilos. You know what I mean?
Bolly, I'm in enough trouble. I'm certainly not asking you where you take Kim Kardashian, that's for sure.
I don't mind.
Great to see you, mate. Thanks for your time this morning. All the best, mate.
Bye.
Absolute legend. Big Bolly here, Kevin Ball. Fantastic. Coming up, I'm going to ask you a question. Does Cristiano Romero have a point, or does someone need to take his phone off him? Spurs fans, do you agree with what he's saying? 03717 223344. Our very own Jason Conde. Well, Jason, he's not impressed.
Tell you what, buy another centre half then. He's part of the problem.
Tottenham 2, Manchester City 2, a result I didn't really expect at all at half-time. The sad thing was,
game of two halves.
I know there was a lot of talk about the atmosphere, but the atmosphere wasn't angry in that first half. I think we all looked at the team and thought, wow, we could get it, our backsides handed to us here. And then the team kind of lived down to our expectations in the first half. And it was very flat. It was an apathetic, flat performance. We had no expectations. And then they suddenly came alive in the second half. And it doesn't take much. It just takes a bit of intent, just a little bit of belief. And the place was transformed.
The professional football people, of which I certainly don't count you two and myself, there's an illusion that the crowd must lift the team. The thing that works, and really the only thing that ever really, really works, with one or two exceptions, maybe the Leeds crowd can lift their team occasionally, is the team lifts the crowd, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Sure.
The two most important moments in that game, one was invisible and one did not result in a goal. The invisible one was the save by Vicario from Ryan Cherky, which was given as a goal kick. If that had gone in, it could have been anything by half-time. The goalkeeper got no credit for it, but he stopped it and changed the game. And the second one, the moment the game changes, is when Spurs come out, depleted further by the loss of their captain, into a new system.
Okay, 7:20. Cristiano Romero yet again took to social media to have a little pop at the Spurs board less than a month after his previous rant. In this instance, Romero timely posted to Instagram just as the transfer window closed last night, labelling Spurs' injury crisis as unbelievable but true and disgraceful, citing his disgust in Spurs' lack of business this transfer window. This is the fifth time in the last 2 years that Romero has felt the need to speak out against the Spurs hierarchy. First, he said that Tottenham need to spend more in line with their rivals in order to compete for the biggest trophies, like the club deserves. He then thanked the Argentinian national team medical staff for helping him recover from an injury he suffered at Spurs. Praised Ange Postecoglou for succeeding at the club despite the many obstacles that always existed and always will exist. Accused figures of the club of spreading lies and only speaking up when things are going well, and now he's labelled Spurs' latest injury crisis as unbelievable and disgraceful. Is it ever right? Is it the right idea to criticise the board, Gabby?
No, it isn't. And I know for a fact, Ali, that when you played and I played, you're definitely getting the fine from above.
Oh, wow.
The audacity.
Well, you wouldn't have done it, would you?
No, and look at
You might have thought it.
But look at what some of these owners are doing, Ali. They're telling managers who they should be playing because of injuries, who they have to sign. If they see a player like Romero, who let's be honest, his disciplinary record has been shocking as a Spurs player. His performances this season have been very poor. Yes, he scored goals, important goals, but his job is to defend, and he's been poor at it. How about you worry about how you're playing and your performances, your leadership as a captain? Leave transfers, leave what's happening with players coming into us. And like you says, why are you kicking up a fuss a couple of hours before the window closes? Why not 2 weeks ago?
I agree with you, right? I don't think it helps anybody. You know, you fight for the right for MD's opinion, and everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I just don't think it helps MD. I don't think saying that helps anybody.
Listen, do we like the fact that he's come out?
Well, it's brilliant for us.
Yes, we do.
It's given us 15 minutes at
exactly, because players do sometimes, like I'm sure a lot of them are using AI to write some of their statements after games on their social media. Wouldn't surprise me. So to see him come out and be a bit loose with what he says is good for us. But if I'm an owner at Spurs, I'm saying, shut up, mate. Worry about your own performances. We've got Porro, Van der Ven, Spence, Danso, Kulusevski and Richarlison that will be back probably in the next month. The rest of the players, Ben Davis, Bergvall, Bentancur, Maddison and Kudus, probably for the rest of the season. But you've got these players to come back.
Right? Are they definitely that long?
I'm sure Maddison's out for the rest of the season. Kudus is out for a long time. Also, Bentancur and Bergvall's look like bad injuries. Ben Davies as well was a bad injury. But Ali, I've named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players that will be back probably in the next month.
Yep.
So what should you do? Go out and buy 5 players. These players come back, and then you've got 30 players. Doesn't make sense.
I think Tottenham, out of all the teams, if you're a supporter of a team in the top flight, Tottenham fans must be the most frustrated. They have to be. I don't care what Andy says, because you know you want your team to show a level of consistency. The one team that has not shown any consistency, I mean, I thought they were excellent in the second half. I thought
the first half you're thinking the manager's getting sacked.
I know.
Second half,
then,
great job.
Gab, I saw them against Dortmund for an hour. They were brilliant.
Yep.
And then away was at Frankfurt, another good performance. And then you think, you watch that first half and you go, this is a different club.
It's like a training game for Man City at times, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Shirky. It was like he was doing like a little bit of a trick show, like having a bit of fun and enjoying himself in the game. In the second half, you're like, okay, you can show fight. You can put a tackle in. You can do something for your home supporters. They're very odd, Ali, but they need to be careful because they've got a horrendous injury list, horrendous next 4 games as well.
I saw that. Have you got them in front of you?
I haven't got them in front of me, but I know they're very tough games, Ali. And if you're West Ham and you beat Burnley on the weekend and they lose to Manchester United, you're 6 points behind Spurs if you're West Ham.
No, I'm not having it. I'm not
having what?
I'm not having Spurs anywhere near it.
They were last year.
I'm aware of that. But Big Ange, I don't care when it says he was concentrating his thoughts.
Maybe Thomas Frank might concentrate on the Champions League. What about that? They're doing well in the Champions League.
Yeah.
So maybe
that's getting back to my point. How inconsistent can they be?
Because the Champions League, the teams that they played are poor teams. Frankfurt, you know, the teams I think they played FC Copenhagen. The Premier League is a tough league, and every game, if you're not at it, Ali, every game you can get turned over. Even if you play Wolves and you're not at it, they've got a chance.
Well, our top class boys behind the scenes have just given us the 4 fixtures. United away. I'm there on Saturday. I'm looking forward to that. United away, Newcastle at home, Arsenal at home, Fulham away.
Could you see 0 points out of all those games? Or 1 point against Fulham away? And Fulham are playing some good football recently.
I think they'll get more than 1 point.
Really? Where's that coming from, Ali?
You know what it might be?
Arsenal.
I tell you, they could.
Is it Arsenal away?
But they're that kind of no, Arsenal home. But they're that kind of team.
I know.
That's Spurs.
Turn up in that game. Yeah.
That is Spurs, mate. It's absolutely incredible. I mean, just no real level. You don't know what you're going to get.
I know what you mean. And like you said, you'd expect them to get maybe 1 point for those 4 games, but don't be surprised they're going to beat Manchester United, like you says.
Well, the good news is we've got views on it, but somebody, thankfully this morning, this Tuesday, the 3rd of February, has given us a call on 03717 223344, and it's Richard. It's time to say a very good morning to Richard, who's a Spurs fan. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning.
Richard, am I being fair here? Are they the most frustrating team to watch if you're a supporter?
Very frustrating. It's just dire football to watch at the moment. There's no urgency in the team. It's horrible. It's terrible to watch. I've given up going to watch games now.
What about the second half? But I mean, with the greatest respect, second half against Manchester City, first an hour against Dortmund, the way performance in Frankfurt, I would suggest that's not boring.
Yeah, but how often do they turn that on? Very, very rarely. I mean, most games you go, you've got 0 expected goals almost at home. That's just terrible.
What about Romero's comments? Are you happy with him saying those comments as a fan?
I totally agree with him. The net spend this year, you see, for this transfer window was almost 0. They sold Johnson, sold Felice, bought in Gallagher, and they bought in a couple of teenagers. They're not going to play. So what have they really spent? Who have they really bought? The team's struggling. There's so many injuries. I mean, the last 16 of the Champions League, and they've not strengthened the team at all.
But I take your point. I take your point, but I would play devil's advocate and say to you, he must have 3 or 4 players ready to come back, and then that kind of you've heard the term. It's like signing a new player, bringing new players in, yes, to strengthen, but it could also give you a problem or a headache when your injured players return.
Nice headache to have if your injured players do return, but the record of our medical team, how likely are they to return? Honestly, we've got to have the worst medical team in the Premier League. The amount of injuries and the time these injuries take to heal. I mean, Romero went to the Argentinian football team to sort his injury out. I mean, what is that saying about our medical team? Honestly.
What I would say is that when some of these players were available, they weren't performing either. You know, your Spurs have been struggling all season, not just with like Porro, Van der Ven, Spence, Danso, Bergvall, Bentancur being out.
Yeah, I've been struggling, but sometimes you just wonder what direction the club's going in. Honestly, the fans at home are so frustrated with watching absolutely dire football, passing backwards and sideways, no penetration, no going forwards. But now they're getting they pass the ball forwards. We end up scoring a goal.
Richard, really appreciate your call this morning. Thank you very much. Now, coming up, Brentford FC have called out Gabby this morning on their social media. They came for you, pal. Gabby's response coming next.
Sick of Brentford.
Sad, isn't it? F***ing sad. You know what I mean? I'm still shaking my head. You know what I mean? Would you do it again? I bloody will do it again. Actually, I think if I had been a bit more mobile, I might have done a knee slide. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That would have only got me a yellow as well.
Ah, David. So he got booked, Simon. He got booked, Martin, and he was. I mean, a lot of that I think is tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
is it not? Yeah. I mean, if they say, okay, we'll make in special cases you can come out your technical area. No.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? I mean, the fact that it looks like a cross between David Pleat on a mobility scooter is a problem to him.
Or David Pleat.
Yeah, but the fact is that it's the technical area is big enough for them to celebrate in. It's been made bigger than back in the day when you had managers that meant as much to them. Back in the day, you didn't see Bob Paisley doing a knee slide, did you? The fact is that if you let a manager do this, then they'll take it to the next level.
Did Mourinho not do it in midweek then?
Well,
no, it's a bit of emotion.
Inconsistency. No, there's nothing wrong with it. But there's no need for managers to go on a pitch at the end of a game. There's no need for managers to run on the pitch and celebrate. They've got a plenty big enough technical area. And the reasons why I say that it's not as mean-spirited as David would want to perpetuate the idea that it is that if you give them this yard, they'll take the next yard. Then they'll take the next yard. Then they'll take the next yard. And then something will happen, and all of a sudden people say, "Why don't you stop it at source?"
I'm watching it.
I didn't want to be mean-spirited.
I'm watching it on a wheel here, and he's so into himself. He's not goading anybody. This is the manager of Everton Football Club celebrating
for his hip
a late goal. Do you know? And it's quite brilliant, really. To be honest, he's just caught in the moment. I don't think we should be punishing him for that.
But is there okay? So what do you want then? Do you want subjectivity? You want rules or not want rules?
For every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. Manchester United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. He'd averaged almost a goal every 2 games for Arsenal, but in his 45 matches for United, he only bagged 5. Next up, Radamel Falcao, dubbed El Tigre, or the Tiger. But at Old Trafford, he was a little more pussycat, to be honest. All the Colombian managed in 29 games was 4 goals. Moving on, things couldn't have gone worse for Jadon Sancho at United, with just 12 goals in 83 games. And it all ended after that very public spat with then-manager Erik ten Hag. Next, Ten Hag probably thought he was wise in sticking to what he knew when he brought in Antony from former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian has really not been able to hack it in the Prem. The curse of the famous number 7 shirt has also had its share of victims. As well as the aforementioned Sanchez, Memphis Depay found he couldn't follow in the footsteps of Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and Best. He netted just 7 in 53 appearances. And those are just a few examples. To be honest, the list could go on and on. Unfortunately, that's probably why Man United haven't won the title for over a decade, and why it might take a few more years before they're in contention again.
Okay, 7:35, Tuesday the 3rd of February. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Ali, Gabby and Arnold Clark, the UK's biggest used car sale, and it is ending right now, so get yourself checked out. Right, if you can stick with us on YouTube or your smart TV, it's worth it. Brentford Football Club have called out Gabby Agbonlahor this morning.
Oh, don't get me started, Ali. Honestly, Ali, I've never heard Villa Park so angry. Listen, was the ball 100% out? No one will ever know. No one will ever know. No one will ever know. No one will ever know.
For those of you not watching at this moment in time, I can just exclusively reveal that the ball did look out.
Okay, Ali, you know what? I'm going to give you some info about Brentford, all right?
Now, wait a minute, before we get further. Are you accepting now that the ball might have been out?
I can't really tell. It's camouflage with the pitch.
It's looking out to me, that's all I'm saying.
I'm colourblind, I can't see any. So, Brentford's G-Tech Stadium only holds 17,250 fans.
Oh my goodness.
Teams with a bigger capacity MK Dons, 30,500 in League 2. Notts County, 19,500 in League 2. Bolton Wanderers, 28,700 in League 1. Bradford City, 25,000 League 1. Huddersfield, 24,500 League 1. Port Vale, 19,000 League 1. Plymouth Argyle, 17,440 League 1. Bristol Rugby Stadium, 27,000. Leicester Tigers Rugby Ground, 25,000. Brentford social media Twitter followers, 398,000.
That's good.
Benty has more than 80,000 more at 480,000. Adrian Durham has only 5,000 less, 393,000
winding me up.
on Twitter. Aston Villa have 3 million more followers on Instagram than Brentford. They sell their best players, Ivan Toney, Mbumo, Wissa, Watkins and Raya. And also, Ali, to finish off, their stadium for me should be folded away after games and used as a motorway. There. Rant over. Where was we?
You know what I'm going to do?
What? I took it well, did you think?
You'll be terrified.
What?
I'm going to phone up Natalie and get Natalie on.
Oh, Natalie's their biggest supporter.
I think Natalie will be coming for you.
Yeah, Natalie's their most popular
I'm
supporter.
going to tell you something.
We've got royalty as our most famous.
Have you not?
The future king.
Yeah, I get that.
Tom Hanks.
Do you not have anything positive to say? What about the job Keith Andrews is doing even? What about Thiago through the middle? Come on.
Okay. I'll be positive. Thiago was a menace on the weekend. He's that sort of striker that you're like, oh, Conser had his handful with him. I thought they were fantastic defensively as well.
Yeah.
And he didn't straight away after 10 men bring on Collins and go 5. He waited for 15 minutes in the second half, then brought Collins on. Rico Henry was very good.
Terrific, yeah.
Yeah,
I spoke to you after the game. He impressed you,
at
didn't
left back as well.
Yeah.
And they looked really up for the fight. But it's a shame that their fans didn't turn up. It was a third full, the away end. So it's a shame they didn't come. The far drive to Birmingham from Brentford.
Man. You're a bad man. Now, here we go. Where are we?
Let's move on.
The big story that came out of deadline day yesterday was actually a deal that didn't even happen. Jean-Philippe Mateta seemingly stranded now at Crystal Palace. That's going to be an interesting journey back in there this morning.
Mateta surges through! What an incredible finish! Jean-Philippe Mateta!
He's not in the right place to play, and then it makes no sense, and because we have to protect the team, I have to protect him.
Milan are the team who are really pushing for Mateta. In fact, they believe they've got a verbal agreement in place with Palace.
The report came back and the Milan doctor was not convinced, was not satisfied with the exam results, and said to the club, we shouldn't go ahead with this signing.
What you've got now is quite an unhappy Jean-Philippe Mateta. He told Palace verbally he wanted away in this window. He posted an angry emoji on social media. I think it's difficult to see how Jean-Philippe Mateta plays for Palace again.
Well, that's an interesting one. No doubt about it. A chaotic 24 hours in the Palace camp for Mateta himself. He thought he was getting a move to Italy, but before failing a medical with the club. Pleased to say joining us now is a man who's a hot property for many Premier League clubs after he scored a winner for Barnsley against Liverpool in the FA Cup. Now he's a football agent, and we're just going to find out how angry he would be with Mateta for the way he's handled himself. It's a very good morning to Brian Howard. Brian, good morning, mate. How are you?
Good morning, Brian.
Morning, boys. How are we? Bit tired this morning. Very, very long day yesterday, but a good day. So, yeah, all good.
Brian, here's a question for you, mate. First question. We'll talk about the ins and outs of and the complexities of it. But Mateta, right, obviously going to be very, very disappointed. How's that going to work out now, going back into that Palace dressing room?
I think it's going to be difficult. I think once you go to social media, it opens up to everyone. I think that you guys have played a game with players that we look after now. You can go to your club that you're at, things aren't working, and you say, look, I want to leave. There's a club that likes me, get good money in for me, let me move on. But once you go to social media, you open up to everyone, and then obviously the worst thing that's happened is the injury. And I think most clubs say, okay, you can go once we get a replacement. Palace have done that; they've got their replacement in. Yep. He's failed a medical, and he's got to go back now. And World Cup year coming up, he's got a lot to do to get back in that team.
Brian, how does that affect agents trying to get players moves in the future? Because if I'm Crystal Palace now, I'm saying, Mateta, I know you wanted double the money, you wanted this big contract, but look, your moves fell through at AC Milan. Maybe going forward, clubs will be looking at your knee and thinking, I'm not too sure I want to invest in you. They're in a good position now, aren't they, Crystal Palace, to say, that's the contract we're offering you, sign it, or you're not getting a better deal?
Yeah, absolutely. There's lots of players out there, they have to stay at the clubs that they're at because they know they won't pass a medical moving elsewhere. I mean, the medicals now are so stringent. I was involved in one yesterday. I couldn't believe the amount of details that went into the medical. And I think all other clubs, they'll be put off now by that. They know Mateta, what he can do on the pitch, and know that he's a good player. But they're going to spend, tens of millions and how much in wages on someone, and the risk of them breaking down. It's a massive risk, and it's worrying for the player and his agent and his camp moving forward.
Clearly worrying for the player and his camp moving forward, Brian, but flip side of the coin, I mean, you've got to have a degree, I don't care what anybody says, you've got to have a degree of sympathy for him because he thinks the move's going through and obviously a disappointment. Flip side of the coin, what about Palace? What about the Palace management and board, for example, now? How are they feeling? Because they've obviously, brought somebody in for the best part of 45, 48 million, Strand Larsen, and they, I'm guessing, are clearly expecting, the move to go through and Mateta to go to Milan.
Yeah, I think it's this disappointment all round. I think a chance to go to play for a club like AC Milan. That's no disrespect to Palace, won the FA Cup and been brilliant in the Premier League. But we've seen there's a lot gone on at Palace in terms of the manager, Mark Gay going. But I think they said that they were happy. They'll get money for a player that doesn't want to be there. They've spent potentially that money on the replacement, and now they're stuck with two. How does that affect them financially? How does that then further affect maybe stuff that's going on behind the scenes? Obviously, I don't know because I've not been dealing with the club. But it's a difficult situation for everyone now.
Brian, it's a great time, isn't it, to be a young player coming through an academy and doing well and getting your debut and shining in 10, 15 games, because a lot of teams now across Europe, across the world, are looking at youngsters now more than like players coming to 28, 29, 30.
Yeah, a young player now. Just everything that's in the game, the facilities the boys have, the opportunities. It's a fantastic time to be a young player, and it's crazy the way the recruitment's gone. Obviously, probably the most high profile is Chelsea, the way they recruit. But there's so many clubs that I've spoken to this window, and I'm speaking to about lads at 26, 27, which is prime years, and they're saying they're too old. 24 and under, 23 and under. Want players with resale value we can develop and sell, and it's really turned into a business. So to be a younger player now, the opportunities are incredible.
Brian, great to talk to you, mate. You take it easy. Yes. Just relax, mate. Get yourself in that golf course.
Get to a spa.
Get yourself in that golf course.
I'll come up and see you for that game of golf.
You're more than welcome, pal. Lovely to see you. Thanks for taking the time to join us this morning. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Right, still to come in breakfast this morning.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
Right, time for a bit of trumpet blowing, Gab. There's no better show on the planet to talk about strikers than this very show.
Prolific.
Agbonlahor now has beaten the offside trap. Gabby Agbonlahor has struck for Aston Villa. Set it up for McCoist. Oh, yes! Brilliant goal, Ali McCoist! And Scotland's biggest hero provides a goal at last after missing too much easier chances.
They don't put in all their missed chances, do they? And Gabby misses another sitter.
The boys love that one after missing two easier chances. They love it, so they do. That's right, myself and Gabby will be bringing a definitive list of the top 5 best strikers in the Premier League right now, and you won't want to miss it. Look at them in there, they're howling with laughter. I love that, they really do. We'll also be discussing whether or not Xabi Alonso could replace Pep as City boss at the end of the season. That was a look ahead, all thanks to the quite brilliant Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
Look, Ross the Motherwell fan has texted a little bit cruelly, but says, I might be wrong, but I'm sure it was that sausage Rodri that complained about the length of the grass at Hampden when Mighty Scotland pumped Spain 3-2.
He's right.
Do you think, though, in truth, that Rodri he's more frustrated by the level of City's performance than he is by officials?
Well, he has to be, and he'll probably, something. He's just a phenomenal player, Jeff. Absolutely fantastic player. And, there's no getting away from it. And he's not firing on all cylinders yet, coming back for, as you correctly say, a very, very serious injury. And he will get back to fitness. You see signs of it. He's still not there yet. So with that comes frustration, right? There's no getting away from it because you want to be at the level that you know you can be. So you start looking at other things, and other things that generally wouldn't really get to you start annoying you, wee things. Now, he might have a point with Solanke maybe touching Gahey at the back. But I've watched it. I reckon I've watched it, but no joke, Jeff. I've sat and watched that about 30 times this morning, right? Now, the goal itself, it does really well with Kusanov, shrugs him off, great physical strength. Now, he sticks his leg through Gahey's leg. He probably, you can't tell from the angle when you're looking at it. What you can tell is he does make contact with the ball, right? Ever so slight contact with the ball, then it goes on to Gahey's foot and goes into the back of the net. Jeff, I'm giving a goal all day, right? I think probably the vast majority of goal scorers would give a goal all day. But the problem isn't that. The problem's not that decision not going Manchester City.
Okay, guys, this is talkSPORT Breakfast. Alan Gabby with you this morning. Excuse me. What do we know this Tuesday morning? Well, I'm about to tell you again. Crystal Palace have completed the signing of striker Jørgen Strand Larsen from Wolves and a club record deal worth up to £48 million, but the loan deal for Evans Dwight McNeil was not completed in time. talkSPORT understands that Manchester City have prepared a shortlist of managers to replace Pep Guardiola, including Xabi Alonso, Roberto De Zerbi and Enzo Maresca. And Liverpool have signed French 20-year-old defender Jeremy Jacquet in a £60 million deal from Rennes. However, defender won't arrive at Anfield until this summer. Gabby, is this where we are?
I know.
Spending £60 million on a 20-year-old defender.
But you can't have him yet, Ali. But I know you need him because you've only got Konate and Van Dijk. But you can wait till the summer, even for 60. Incredible, but
Gabby's played 30 games.
I know. It's a lot of money, but
no goals. You know, I know he's a defender.
But what if you miss out on him? Liverpool are desperate centre half. They've got the lad Leone, who'll be back in the summer as well. Maybe that lets them be able to let Konate go. It's a lot of money, 100%. I know.
30 games.
I know.
Anyway, Listen, French football expert Julien Laurent, our good friend Julien, explained to talkSPORT what Liverpool fans can expect.
I think it's a wonderful signing. Really, I mean, I can't stress enough what talent Jeremy Jacquet is. And I know he's only 20, and I know he's only played 30 league games in the French top flight. He doesn't know what European football is. He's never played in the Champions League, has never played for France yet. But he's so good. A year ago, he was playing in the second division for Clermont, where he was on loan. And that was too easy for him. Rennes brought him back to the club because they just needed somebody as good as him. And then a year later, it's a lot of money, I understand, but it's a massive move for him. And when two clubs like Chelsea and Liverpool are ready to pay that amount of money, it's because you must be very special.
Well, that's a point. And Julian, I must admit, has an opinion which I value and respect.
Same.
But I'm still saying to myself, that is a heck of a gamble.
We said, what did we just say to Brian? He says, how good is it to be a young player now?
He said that.
Do you know what I mean? 30 games, and he's shined in those 30 games, and boom, 60 million.
60 million, incredible, it really is.
Yeah.
Okay, Gab, what a start. No getting away from this. What a start Michael Carrick has made at Old Trafford. 3 games and 3 wins. Brilliant. Absolutely terrific. On the other side of Manchester, though, Pep City are not quite themselves. So is the gap in Manchester beginning to close?
The penalty area, looking for Dorgu, and Dorgu gets on the end of it to finish it. A 2-goal deserved victory. Carrick's men make Manchester red again.
You know, they have an energy I didn't have, and football, you know.
3 and 3 for Carrick. Only Solskjaer and Jose Mourinho have achieved that feat as a Manchester United manager.
That's part of this club, and it's not always the easiest way, but certainly when they come along, it's pretty special.
Tottenham 2, Manchester City 2.
But even since Semenyo's come in and Gay, you know what, they've won 1 in 6. Their second half performances are baffling.
It's fascinating, the Premier League, always difficult to control, but I will come back again.
Okay, so Michael Carrick's Manchester United have beaten City, Arsenal, Fulham in an absolute dream start. Another side of Manchester, Pep stumbling a little bit, just 1 win in their last 6 league games. Yeah. Like I said at the time, right, I thought it was a strange appointment in the respect you're appointing a caretaker to take over from a caretaker, right? And a lot of people with a great degree of justification lifted their eyes and said, you know, this is strange. But, and a lot of people said, and I remember Roy saying that, you know, he wouldn't give him the job, right? Mm-hmm. His opinion might have changed from what we've seen recently. But I'm going to suggest to you that if he keeps going the way he's going, they've got to give him the job.
100%. Why wouldn't you? Yeah. But you don't have to go silly, Ali. You don't have to say there's a 4-year deal. Do you know what I mean? Keep it. You could say there's a 2-year deal, and if it's not working, then you change it. But what they've been doing under Michael Carrick, Ali, and you look at the league table between Manchester City and Manchester United.
Yeah.
6 points. That's all that's in it, Ali. Manchester United is 6 points behind Manchester City. Manchester United, if they beat Spurs, you'd back them to do that. And Manchester City are playing Liverpool away. You expect Liverpool to win that game. So then it's down to 3 points. So league table, there's not much in it. Okay. Manchester United, last 6 games, 3 wins, 3 draws. Manchester City, last 6 games, 1 win, 1 defeat, 4 draws. Haaland, only 1 penalty in the last 7 Premier League games. Foden, 0 goals in those games as well. And I've done, Ali, my combined 11 on form at the moment between the 2 teams. Keeper, I have just gone Donnarumma because he does make some very good saves.
And so you should.
Just above Lamens.
He's done well, Lamens, I tell you.
Yes.
But without doubt for me, Donnarumma.
Exactly. Left back, I've gone Luke Shaw over Aït-Nouri.
Don't disagree.
Centre half, I've gone Maguire over Kushinov. Centre half, I've gone just slightly Gahey over Martinez because of his form for Palace has been good. And right back...
You could have a question mark against that.
Exactly, that was a tough one.
Yeah, and current form.
Right back, I've gone Dalot over Nunes. I think Dalot has picked up last few games, his form. Centre midfield, I'm picking Casemiro over Rodri at the moment on form. Casemiro's picked up. Rodri hasn't got back to the levels. I'm picking Mainu over Bernardo Silva on recent form, how Mainu's been playing. Bernardo Silva, for me, hasn't been a Bernardo Silva of old. In that number 10 position, I'm picking Fernandes over Reinders. Well, that's an easy one. Yeah. On the left-hand side, I'm picking Cunha just over Shirky. I am. On the right-hand side,
I'm not agreeing with that.
Just about Semenyo, I'm picking over Mbeumo.
See that?
And down the middle, Haaland over Shesko. So that's 7 Manchester United players on current form in a combined 11 I've got. I know Shirky, the one on the side.
But they're the major talking points, I think, actually.
Cunha's got double the Premier League goals.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I'm just thinking, Cherky and Semenyo, Mbeumo and Cunha, they've all been excellent. Yeah. I think they've all been very, very good. It's a tough one. Is it straightforward, Gabby? I look at United and the difference in their approach, the difference in their play has been remarkable. And it looks to me, dare I say it, the belief, the attitude has just reached another level. Is it just as straightforward as playing people in their correct positions and playing? Well, how many times they've been suited? You look at United, and it's just crying out to me to be suited to playing a 4-2-3-1. Let Fernandes play in a 10 and get on with it. We get Cunha and Mbeumo in the team.
It's not difficult, mate. It's not difficult. We said everyone said it. Every pundit in the world said, "Stop playing this 3 at the back, Ruben Amorim. It's not working." People were saying, "Oh, Martinez and Maguire as a back 2. I'm not sure about that. Yoro, I'm not sure." They're centre halves. They can play as a back 2. It's not difficult to play people in their positions. Casemiro as a sitter, next to Mainu. Then you've got Fernandes as a 10. Doesn't have to worry about defending. You've got Cunha, you've got Mbeumo, you've got Shesko, you've got Diallo. And play players in their right positions, the right players. And also, Ali, maybe just give the players a bit of confidence. Yeah. Michael Carrick looks like that sort of manager, Ali, that's like, you know what, picking everyone up. Come on, Mainu. I know how good you are. Bruno Fernandes, go and do your stuff. Simple things, Ali, that players want to hear. Yeah. Maybe Amorim was a bit moody, a bit like arrogant the way he spoke to players and stuff, and that he didn't have them playing at their full potential. Look at them now, they're flying.
Yeah, I also think the much maligned Harry Maguire at this moment in time deserves a pat in the back. I would not be ruling him out.
No.
England squad, by the way, for the World Cup.
100%. And also, Ali, you look at their starting 11, Manchester United. Do they need 4 or 5 players over the next 2 windows to get closer to Manchester City in terms of squads? Yes, they do. But at the moment, both 11s, I'll pick more Manchester United players out of Manchester City.
Interesting. Coming up, the great games keep on coming. We'll turn our attention to Arsenal versus Chelsea, which is live on talkSPORT tonight. Can Liam Rosenior pull off the impossible and turn this around? We will be discussing that next.
Talking about you being champions, some of it mischievously, from some people saying this would be the worst ever Arsenal team. You just go and win it. Doesn't matter what you look like.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't
matter at all. Just go and win it, Jim. And obviously that pressure, people try to create pressure, and when you don't get what you want, they look for all kind of weaknesses. And Arsenal just keep on. They're better than everybody else right now. That's all they need to be.
So it's just nonsense from Paul Scholes. If Arsenal win the title, if they win the league, this could be the worst team to win the league.
Look, I love Paul, but this is like one of his comments is like one of his tackles, isn't it? It's waist high, and it's just Paul is still got it in his head. This Arsenal thing is starting to emerge. Maybe Man United are starting to emerge as well at the same time. Let's get it on, in the future. Man United maybe not ready to win it this year, but they shut Arsenal up the week before. So I think Arsenal just need to concentrate, play their games, not listen to the noise that's on the outside, Jim. Arsene Wenger said this to us many years ago. You know, there's no meaning or everyone telling us that we're favourites. Don't listen to it. Let's just go and do it. Go and do it. And that's what Arsenal did at the weekend. I think it was quite an emphatic result.
What's he up to, do you think, by saying that? This could be the worst team to win the league, says Paul Scholes.
Where did he say it? Did he say it on his little podcast?
He did indeed. He says, if you're thinking of picking a team of the season and picking a front four, nobody from the Arsenal team gets in that.
Do you know, no one's going to be listening to Paul Scholes, are they, on the Arsenal team? For God's sake, you know, you just get on with your game and you try and win. This will be the first, what is it, in 22 years, trophy that they can try to win. Jim, they're doing exceptionally well. Lots of twists and turns between now and the end of the season. What I will say is Paul's been in a lot of these races to the finish, and it's one of those that just one victory doesn't mean you're going to be champions. It's on to the next one.
Is there
what Arsenal need to do now, Jim? That they can go 9 points clear next weekend.
Yeah,
and then Man City go to Anfield the next day. Make it 9 points. Make them look at 9 points, and overnight see that.
Everyone knows there are 20 managers in the Premier League, yeah? Well, actually, no. Around 3/4 of them are not managers. The terms manager and head coach are often used interchangeably to describe Premier League bosses, but they're actually two different jobs. So let's explain how and why. For years, fans referred to Mikel Arteta as Arsenal's manager, but I'm afraid technically...
I don't think so, no.
From his first day on the job, he was the Gunners' head coach. Let's pick a random moment in time, February 2025. Only 6 Premier League bosses actually held the official title of manager rather than head coach. Man City's Pep Guardiola, David Moyes of Everton, Ipswich boss Kieran McKenna, Southampton's Ivan Juric, Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace and Leicester's Ruud van Nistelrooy were the only actual managers of their respective teams. Everyone else? That's right, head coach, including Ruben Amorim at Man United. He took over from Erik ten Hag, a man who had held the title of manager. Might come as a surprise that Amorim's appointment marked the first time ever that Man United had a head coach instead of a manager. But to understand why they made that decision, you also have to get what the difference is between a head coach and a manager. A manager's got a huge range of responsibilities. They're not just in charge of training and player lineups, they're also heavily involved in player sales and transfers. Critical stuff. But a head coach's role is far more focused on team training and performance on the pitch. So whereas Ten Hag was highly involved with decisions around transfers during his tenure, the intention was that Amorim wouldn't be, at least not on the same level. And as the sporting structure at Man United changed under Sir Jim Ratcliffe, people like Sir Dave Brailsford took charge of transfers instead. How all those roles play out in practice may be slightly different at different clubs though. On the other hand, the contracts of actual managers like Pep or Moyes had no limits on their job role and their involvement with transfers and contracts. But those guys are actually in the minority now, and it's a change that's happened pretty quickly. In 2019, there were only 6 head coaches in the Premier League, but by 2025, there were 14. A clear indication that more and more clubs are moving towards a model where the guy in charge is actually only really in charge on the pitch. And the way things are going, it might not be long before all 20 clubs have got head coaches, and the job position of football manager in the top flight is no more.
Half time here at talkSPORT Breakfast, 8 o'clock, Tuesday the 3rd of February. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Ali and Gabby with you this morning. And we are supported by Arnold Clark's Real Sale. It's your last chance to save big on your next car. The sale ends on the 16th of February. And if you missed it already this morning, Gabby's at war with Brentford FC after they mocked him. They mocked him on social media. But listen, you've buried the hatchet, I think.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Great football club.
Great football club. Let's move swiftly on. Now, there's a huge job for somebody tonight and a huge job at the Emirates for Romero Sr. and his men.
Now, there was an era in which a visit from Chelsea to the Emirates would unsettle Arsenal, but it's been 4.5 years.
Can beat anyone on their day. Make no bones about that. And any home record team's unbeaten is there to be broken.
And then Garnacho volleys it into the ground and beyond a crowd of players to give Chelsea hope.
It's about time now. One trophy for Arteta is not enough.
This League Cup, they'll look at this and say, look, can we get one in the bank already? Which gives everybody confidence, everybody a belief they can win more.
Chelsea 3, West Ham 2. Enzo Fernandez, the skipper, to get Chelsea right out of trouble here.
The Chelsea fans' demand of their managers is that they achieve something, and he will be judged by his achievements.
As the group winning 2 trophies last year, they can play in big games, they can perform in big games. It's definitely a big game on Tuesday.
Feeds it back to Zubamendi, takes 2 touches, slams it into the net.
Yeah, we have the home advantage, we have a good result, but we have still a lot to do tomorrow to earn the right to be in the final.
Yep, big game tonight. Chelsea will have to overturn a 1-goal deficit at the Emirates tonight if they're going to keep their Carabao Cup dreams alive. And you can hear every kick of that particular semi-final clash live and exclusive. Yep, you guessed it, right here on talkSPORT. Chelsea without a win at the Emirates since 2021. Showing resilience in a long time,
yes.
Long time.
Ali,
yes.
What I will do tonight, and
excuse me,
anybody who likes a little bet on a football game,
yes.
I'm betting on Cucurella to get a yellow card. Every time he plays against Saka and him have a great battle, but always gets booked. Yeah. He's guaranteed to get booked tonight. I want to see the odds from Coral in a few minutes of Cucurella getting booked.
Do you know something? Cucurella is the ultimate footballer. You know, if you're a football fan and he's in your team, you adore him. And if you're a football fan and he's not in your team, you don't adore him.
I think Alan said a couple of weeks ago he'd love to give him a little slap. I'm sure he said that.
That's unbelievable. Well, they've progressed from 3 of the last 4 EFL Cup semi-finals after losing the first leg, including against Arsenal, Chelsea in 97, 98. And I'm delighted, absolutely delighted to see a joined now by a man who scored the winning goal in the 2004 League Cup final and was an FA Cup runner-up with Chelsea. It's a very, very good morning to Bolo Zenda. Bolo, a very good morning. How are you, my friend?
Good morning, Bolo.
Good morning, guys, from the Netherlands.
Great, thanks very much for joining us, Bolo. Just a quick one, we'll start off with Liam Senior. How impressed have you been with the start, mate?
Well, his results have been okay. I think he's been coming out in the press in a good manner. He's obviously worked his way up and out of France. I think we can say both, because he's done really well with Strasbourg. They were not really happy with him leaving to Chelsea. Chelsea obviously said, well, we've paid enough money to make sure that Strasbourg has nothing to complain about. And then he got the job at Chelsea, and it's never an easy job, but so far so good. Results have been there. The game itself has been, well, nice to watch. I think that when they won, against West Ham lately, these kinds of results where you drag it out, where you still manage to win, it's a way of winning over the fans, but also the players that maybe have a little bit of doubt. So it's I think he's done well so far, but it's going to be a big challenge to play Arsenal now. The last time Chelsea lost was actually against Arsenal in the first leg. So it's never going to be easy for him tonight. Yes.
Were you a little bit surprised at the appointment, Bolo?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure. I think everybody was a bit. I wasn't even aware of the fact that obviously there was this relationship between the two clubs, and that was one of the main reasons why he got appointed to actually be at Strasbourg. So yeah, I was a bit surprised. Maybe you would have suggested or thought that at Chelsea they would come up with a more don't get me wrong, experienced manager, or maybe a bit more a manager who has already proven himself at the biggest clubs. So that was a surprise, but all fairness, I mean, why not give him the job, give him a chance to do so? You see it more often that the younger managers get an opportunity to take charge of the bigger clubs, and it's as I said, he's well spoken. He knows how to deal with the press, with the people within the club, and now it's a question if he's capable of managing, obviously, the bigger players, because we've seen what happened with Alonso when he went to Real Madrid. It was different than working at Bayer Leverkusen, which obviously is not a small team either. Don't get me wrong, but still, these clubs like Real Madrid and Chelsea, it's a different way of managing.
Bolo, how impressed have you been with Enzo Fernandez and João Pedro? I mean, João Pedro, 9 Premier League goals. Enzo Fernandez, 7 in the Premier League. Both have thrived under the new manager.
Yeah, I thought you were going to ask me about Cucurella's odds on the yellow card.
Oh yes, are you going to join me?
But I think you're not very good odds because when I saw him play against West Ham, he's always there to feist it up a bit. So yeah, there's definitely a yellow card coming on. Serious note. João Pedro, he's doing really well at the minute. I think he's the player that we should be looking at also tonight when they face Arsenal. And as you said, Enzo Fernandez maybe has been a bit more quiet, which obviously isn't always easy playing from the middle. But it seems like under the new manager, he's back at his level, and to score the winner, just like I mentioned before, when a player scores a winner just before the end of the game in a derby, that always boosts the confidence of the player. Not that he hasn't got any confidence, but you know what I mean. It's always good for a player to be important for the team, and that will make you grow. And same for João Pedro. When a striker scores his goals, then you have a player that you can rely on, and that's working for them at the minute.
Bolo, just a quick one before I let you go. We sometimes look at these games and say, depends on the team selection, will they rest one or two? I'm going to run the players off to you that Arsenal brought off the bench at the weekend. Eze, Gabriel Jesus, Calafiore, Odegaard and Martinelli. So I don't think it matters what squad they'll be up against. That's as strong as a squad in the Premier League, I think, as I've ever seen, mate.
Yeah, I have to admit, Arsenal is looking so strong, so solid. They've had their results. They've been playing well. They know exactly what to do. Arteta has really not transformed. Yeah, well, I have to say, he's transformed Arsenal over the last years.
Yes.
And every single year, he's taken them a step further. And this year round, I mean, it seems like he's got it all sorted in the Premier League. They're still up for the 4 different trophies. I know how it works, in 2-3 weeks you could lose everything, but as long as you're in there and he's got the squad for it, I'm really looking to a solid Arsenal tonight and in the weeks to come.
Yep, looking forward to the game. Bolo, thanks very much.
Bolo.
Say hello to everyone in the Netherlands. Thanks for taking the time to join us. Looking well, mate. Really appreciate your time. Okay, coming up, we're going to ask Gabby an important question. Very important question. Do you take your clothes off to go to the toilet? Save it. It's coming next.
That's what we do here at talkSPORT. We make the news and we break the news.
There have been complaints around Solanke's first goal where the striker made contact with Gahey when scoring, but VAR cleared the goal after a lengthy check. So is it one thing for fans to be conspiracy theorists when it spreads to managers and players? Do we have a problem? Have a listen to Rodri post-match.
It's one game and another game and another game, and it's not possible. And honestly, I never speak about referees. I respect their job massively, but they have to pay attention to these things. He kicked the leg, it's so clear. It's so clear. He anticipated the leg of Mark, and it's a clear foul. So, but it's not today. It's just 2-3 games in a row, and I don't know why. Honestly, I know we won too much, and the people they don't want us to win. But the referee has to be neutral. And for me, honestly, it's not fair. It's not fair because we work so hard in these situations now to make these decisions that you have to move on, of course, but you need to come back. But at the end, when everything is finished, you are frustrated because it's so clear, the foul.
Now,
He should be fined for that. He should be fined for that. He should be pulled up by the FA because he's called the referee lacking neutrality. So he's questioning the referee's impartiality in the same way that his manager condescendingly said last week that the referee's made his name. A referee that the managers have regularly turned around and said, why do you have to go to the monitor and back down to VAR? So a referee goes to the monitor, doesn't back down to VAR, and he gets insulted by Pep Guardiola.
But you said that was Pep's fuel last week.
But don't make it right.
Is this Rodri's fuel?
Well, no, it's seeded in by the manager. So now
Rodri's saying people don't want us to win, but the referee...
Jermaine Stewart.
Clothes on to have a good time.
Oh no. Right, obviously Alan Gabby here this morning. That's Jermaine Stewart. Iconic hit. We don't have to take our clothes off, and we're playing it because Benty and Goldstein were on Drive yesterday discussing whether you do have to take your clothes off.
Susan, it's Darren Bent's here, look.
I like when I'm in the toilet.
I
like when I'm in the toilet.
Do you take your clothes off when you go to the toilet?
No.
Serious question.
What, for a week?
Yeah.
No.
I know a lot of people do that. I feel more comfortable without socks on.
Okay, all right. It's a bit of a weird conversation.
That's right.
It is.
You wear socks in the house?
Yeah, of course. And slippers.
I wear my slippers now, D. You know what I mean?
Which slippers?
Yeah. Collab ones. With...
Can you honestly? How do you survive before I even come about?
I was walking about in skinny jeans in the house and desert
Skinny
boots.
jeans and red wings.
Red wings, yeah.
With an Alice band in.
Yeah, there are some discussions that aren't for radio.
Yeah.
I think that's one.
Take your clothes off to go for a wee.
I think they're talking about more than a wee.
So am I.
Yeah, but
I understand that more.
Yeah,
but not for a wee. Take your clothes off.
No,
that's a bit odd, isn't it?
That's a bit odd. But they are a bit odd, those two. You know, think
it's a bit effort.
I think they are a bit.
Shatter putting it back on, you know? My weak bladder. I mean, take my clothes off every 20 minutes.
That's probably you said, didn't you? Nowadays, never get back off, take my clothes off. Right, we're going to get the latest odds with Coral and John Hill.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
John, a very, very good morning. How are
John?
Morning, Ali. Yeah, good morning, Gabby. Really good form, thank you, guys. I wondered what I tuned into there for a second.
You defo take your clothes off for a week, John.
Definitely don't, Gabby.
Very
Come
careful
on.
when you're listening, what you're listening to in the afternoon on that drive with those two. John, listen, I'll tell you where I'm starting. McManus and Mullins again. Fact to file.
Yeah.
That's where I'm starting. What about that?
Well, why not? Because that was a superb performance yesterday in that Irish Gold Cup, wasn't it? It was a great race. We knew it was going to be with Galloping Deschamps in there, Gaelic Warrior, Fact to File, I know what you're thinking. But he just did it superbly, didn't he, from the front end of the field? I thought it was a great ride from Mark Walsh as well.
Yeah.
Great credit to him. And now the question is, Ali, what do they do now at Cheltenham?
Correct.
Because he doesn't have a Gold Cup entry. He's obviously odds on at 4-5 to win the Ryanair Chase, the race he won last year. But I think they may just supplement him. They did it last year, the JP McManus team, with I Know the Way You're Thinking. I'd be very surprised if they didn't run him in the Gold Cup. He's actually 5-2 with Coral for that race. Non-runner, no bet. So obviously, you can back him and have your stake back if he doesn't line up. So I think they've got to go for that race now, Ali. I don't know about you after that performance.
No, I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. And before we move on to things football this evening, John, I don't know if you had a good look today at the Post, tucked away in page 10, where he was always front page news. My wee pal retired at his last ride in Brazil, of all places. Frankie Dettori is the man I'm talking about. There's a wonderful article. I would encourage everybody to read it. Lee Motorshead has written an article on Frankie's last ride in Brazil, and there's something so right about the wee man having his last ride, and up above him is Christ the Redeemer looking down on him. I mean, what a career that fella's had, John.
Oh, you're just unbelievable, isn't it, really? And, one of the greatest to ever do it. There's no doubt about that, is there, Ali, really, if you think about it? And it's the charisma he's had, the personality. You can have talent, but he's had everything in there. And, he's been box office for horse racing. And as you say, really, I think it quite sums up his career, bowing out in Brazil, getting that victory as well out there. But we're going to miss Frankie. We really are. He's been superb for the sport. He's brought in the headlines. Some bad, don't get me wrong. There's been the good, the bad, and the ugly with Frankie. But you can't doubt his talent. He's been an unbelievable jockey.
He's given us a whole package, hasn't he? And there's something appropriate. There's something so right as well about Bet You Can being the last winner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just absolutely fantastic. John, sorry, on you go, mate.
John, I want to ask you what we were talking about, just me and Ali. Cucurella to get booked.
Oh, yeah.
More importantly than the result, please.
Yeah, well, that's a fascinating angle, isn't it? And I can see where you're coming from. 2-1, Mark Cucurella to be.
I'm all over it, John. I'm going to rinse you.
Yeah. He's going to have his work cut out, isn't he? And I can definitely see a booking for him. I thought he had a good game though, actually, on Saturday. He came on at half time, didn't he? And they were getting destroyed on that left hand side, weren't they, against West Ham? Yeah. It could have been 2-3-0 up. West Ham
sometimes though, when I watched him, especially against Arsenal and Saka, he sometimes gets a bit too tight. Saka can turn and then he gets booked. And that crazy handball was against Fulham with that ball in behind. So he's got a bit of a silly one in him, but very good defender.
I thought his reactions for the goal at the weekend were more centre forward like than anything else.
Do you think he's okay as well with Traore throwing him the length of the pitch?
That was hilarious.
That was an incredible incident, wasn't it?
I loved it, John. I loved it.
I did as well. I'll tell you what, he's not somebody you want to be starting a fight with. Traore.
Get him. Go on. Get him. Go on. You get him.
I take it Arsenal favourites, John.
Pedro ran away, did he?
No, he didn't fancy it, did he? I take it Arsenal favourites. I just read out, I don't know if you heard me reading out the bench, the lads off the bench that they brought on the weekend. Arsenal start favourites, huh?
Without doubt, yeah, they are. Odds on 4-6. That's just to win in 90 minutes. Chelsea 19-5. In terms of to qualify for the final, they're long odds on the Gunners, 1-12 to make it to the final. Chelsea 11-2 to turn it around. He definitely had one eye in this game, didn't he, Rosiner, at the weekend? He rested players, didn't work out. You cannot make 7 changes and get away with it in the Premier League anymore. He's quickly learned that. He made changes at half-time. I thought they were excellent in the second half, Chelsea. So it should be a good game tonight. I think it's going to be entertaining. I expect goals. They've got to go for it, Chelsea, haven't they? Obviously, a 1-goal deficit going into it, away from home. Not going to be easy, but if you can get that first goal, boys, it'll be game on tonight at the Emirates.
Certainly looking forward to it, John. Listen, mate, thanks for your time again this morning.
Thank you, John.
See you soon.
Cheers, boys.
All the best. They're coming up because of this show with two former goal-scoring strikers. Don't know who wrote this. Over 500 goals between us and the breakfast show. Did you get? You must have got 5.
Alan got 5 in one game, remember?
So he did.
Yes.
He's not told us that for about 3 or 4 days. We'll give you the expert view on who the top 5 strikers are right now. Right now, we're talking about in the Premier League.
Set it up for McCoist. Oh, yes! Brilliant goal, Ali McCoist! And Scotland's biggest hero provides a goal at last after missing 2 much easier chances.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Morning, Gabby.
Good morning, lads. How are we?
Yeah, we're doing well, mate. Gabby, don't you go throwing the towel in on me now. Come on.
Hey, Gabby, look, I've got a message for you from Courtney, who says, when Gabby comes on, make sure you tell him Villa are bottle jobs. He would be calling other teams bottle jobs for losing at home in a so-called title race. Villa will be looking to get top 5 as United, Liverpool and Chelsea will catch them. Come on, Gabby, put Courtney in her place. I assume it's a her, might be a his. I apologise if I've got the sex wrong.
No, listen, yesterday was disappointing. Everton at home, disappointing to lose those 2 games. You'd think Aston Villa would win those games, but who thought Aston Villa would go to Newcastle last weekend and win? Nobody. So it's sort of like we don't really know what's going to happen in the last games of the season. But yesterday I thought they'd done everything they could. I was at the game, pressurised Brentford's back 5 when Collins come on. Sancho had a better game when he went over to the left-hand side. Tammy Abraham was sharp. But it's one of those games, Ali and Jeff, where it could have been 90 more minutes and Villa wouldn't have scored.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't know what sex Courtney was. Courtney's just texted back in, sorry, Courtney, I really mean that, because Courtney said, I'm a 6'4" man.
Hey, Courtney, counts for nothing nowadays, mate. I've got news for you. we need a picture, we need evidence, mate, but we'll take your word for it. Gabby, I was going to say to you, mate, disappointing. 3 points dropped, but it should only have been 2, shouldn't it, that goal?
Oh, don't get me started, Ali. Honestly, Ali, I've never heard Villa Park so angry. Listen, was the ball 100% out? No one will ever know. But look how far away from Brentford's goal the ball went out. There's so much Villa have to do to score from.
The kit man. One of the most important cogs in a football club's machine. But it's not just laundry and hanging up shirts in dressing rooms. Oh no. It's hours of dedication and a real love of the game. Every club does it slightly differently, but ultimately the kit man's the guy washing the training gear, repairing holes, cleaning boots, and that's before they even think about the match day. The day before a home game, a kit man will already be at the stadium making sure the kit is ready to be laid out, and if anything needs doing in terms of printing, stitching, cleaning, it gets done. On the day, the kit men are almost the first ones there in the morning. They're unloading kit from the training ground, medical bags, anything else a player or a coach may need between their arrival and full time. Once things are in full swing, they actually help with the warm-up too. When the whistle goes and the match kicks off, it's the one time a kit man can put his feet up. At full time, if they're at home, it's easy. All the kit goes in the washing machines, dries and is ready for use within the next 24 hours. Away from home, it's a different story though. If you're a kitman for Spurs, for example, you can't exactly use the machines at St James's Park. So it's back into the van, or onto the chartered flight, back to the training ground, wash everything there, and be ready to go again for the next game. Some might have to go to Europe a day later, so the pressure is definitely on. Working for a football club might look glamorous on the face of it, but we salute those who dedicate their lives to scraping mud off boots and washing a millionaire's underpants.
Okay, this is talkSPORT Breakfast. Ali and Gabby. Also, Arnold Clark. The UK's biggest used car sale is ending soon. Right, it's the greatest, not one of the greatest debates in football. One where no one can ever agree on who, right now, are the best strikers in the Premier League.
Here he is again! Left-footed shot is in! That's the one he wanted! Erling Haaland, left-footed.
There's spaces everywhere, and Ekitike has found one. He's running down the left. He's poked it into the far corner, and Liverpool have turned it around.
Go on to Mateta. Mateta's clear. Mateta for Crystal Palace.
Oh, there's a space here for Thiago, who's beaten the offside trap. Got into the penalty area and smashed it into the roof of the net. Going to pull the trigger now and finds the bottom corner. Alexander Isak. Here's Eze inside the penalty area. Gyökeres pokes it in past Matt Sells.
Okay, after a weekend we saw Solanke and Gyökeres got on the score sheet. Fantastic performances from Thiago, Ekitike, failing to get his move. Obviously, Mateta failing to get his move, and another less than impressive performance from Haaland. We thought we'd sort out the striker debate for you all this morning by naming it our top 5 in the Premier League. Right, I'm going to give you some stats, okay? Here we go, Gab. In terms of this season, I'm going to talk numbers. Haaland, 20 goals. Thiago, 16 goals. Ekitike, 10 goals. Pedro, Calvert-Lewin, 9 goals. Welbeck, 8 goals. Elsewhere, Gyökeres 6, Voltamira 7. Solanke's got a few goals and is in a good run of form as well.
Watkins, you 8 goals. You skip past him, Ali.
Well, do you know something?
What, did you not look at Villa strikers, guys?
They did that scandalous. They have done that deliberately to wind you up.
This is the problem, though, that Villa fans have with the media.
Yeah, particularly top.
Yeah, because when Aston Villa are saying the top 3, they'll be like, show a graphic of the top 2. When Aston Villa have been on the same points as Manchester City. When Aston Villa are 4th, they'll show the top 3. Now Watkins has got 8 and you're forgetting him and you're going down to Gyökeres on 6. What's the point, Ali? I'm doing all I can here. I'm doing all I can.
In case you haven't heard, you're not getting a lot of sympathy in for the lads.
I've got no headphones in because of them.
Right, come on then. Give us number 5.
Okay.
Are we having them in any specific order in terms of who's number 1? Are we just giving a top 5?
I'm not going off 100% off stats in this. I'm going off like.
I just want your 5. Yeah.
Okay, so you're my 5 straight off. All reasons.
Well, no, I want to talk. Okay. Give me one at a time, obviously.
All right, then.
Speak about them.
Number 5, I've gone Thiago at number 5. 16 Premier League goals, and he's had an outstanding season. Scored some very good goals. His hold-up play, very good, Ali. He's a target man, but he can score 1v1s we've seen this season. He's very calm going through as well. Will be a disappointment if he doesn't make the World Cup squad. Yeah. There's talk that maybe because he plays for Brentford, that they don't really fancy him in Brazil.
You'd have to say he's got a chance.
Exactly. But I think he's been fantastic, and
I think
he's second in the list on goals, but I'll put him probably 5th as all-round striker.
I think he's probably, in terms of strikers, been the find of the season.
Yes.
I would say. I think he's probably been the find of the season. I agree with you, Gab. I think he's been absolutely terrific. He's more of a striker to me. We're going to discuss it. See, we'll talk about strikers, stroke, forwards, stroke, number 9s. I think he's a number 9.
Oh.
Whereas some of the guys we'll mention, I'm not sure are out-and-out number 9s, but they are strikers. I take that. But I'm with you. Thiago is certainly in my top 5.
Would you have him as number 5? Or higher up?
I'd probably have him a little bit higher up. I might have him at number 3, believe it or not.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Number 4.
I have gone Ollie Watkins. I think at times this season he hasn't been at his best, but to still get 8 Premier League goals, had his injury problems, obviously missed the weekend. When he's at it, he's still a threat. Does miss a lot of chances, like a lot of the strikers do in the Premier League, but I still think his all-round game is England's second choice striker at the moment. You haven't got him in your 5, have you, Ali?
Well, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I've got 4 written down, which I'll give you. I've got 4 written down, and I've got question marks over Watkins, Calvert-Lewin, Welbeck, right?
Okay.
Now, the interesting one that would definitely come into it, but I'm not sure he's a striker, would be somebody like Semenyo.
Yes,
right?
yes.
I'm leaving him out.
So have I, because he's not a striker. Yeah,
he's more of a wide man, but he certainly comes into the forward.
Third in the goal scoring list.
He certainly comes into the forward category, and if we're going for forwards, he comes straight in. But as it's a striker, I've not got him in. Out of the ones between, I've got struggling for my 5th position, but between Watkins, Calvert-Lewin, and Welbeck, all of them I like. All of them I really, really like, and I probably would have Watkins just ahead at this moment in time.
Yes.
Just ahead of Calvert. I fit Calvert-Lewin, which we're seeing this season as a completely different entity. You always feel sorry for Everton fans because they didn't see a fit Calvert-Lewin enough. When he's on, he's on. Welbeck's just a centre forward I love watching. I love his movement, I love his finishing.
If Watkins can play like he did against Brighton away, where he was clinical and he was a menace, then he definitely makes that plane.
I've got Watkins in. Carry on. Yes.
So number 3, I have gone for João Pedro, and he's one of the ones you're talking about. Of he can play number 9 against Napoli. He was outstanding. That goal he hit with his first goal was
ridiculous.
With the left foot.
Brilliant. Moved on to his left. What a strike.
No backlift. Keeper's not even expecting him to shoot. Never mind top corner. So he shows he can do it as centre forward. Even his header on the weekend, fantastic goal against West Ham.
Gabby, I'm going to tell you something, and I said it on Monday. I don't think that get enough credit, that goal.
I know.
Because people realise, cross in, Fofana did really well for the cross, and people say, he's done the right thing, he's just headed it down. But he's actually headed it with the side of his head, because it's the only way he can do it.
So Alan Shearer's sort of clever header.
It's clever.
Yes.
It's an amazing header, because you always get told if you get an opportunity to head the ball, forehead, bang, that's the way you do it. But sometimes that particular ball in his body position, he couldn't meet it with the forehead, so he hit it with the side of his head. I thought it was a terrific finish.
Yes, spot on, and I think he's got another level to get to. I really do.
So do
Himself and Cunha, I feel like they can really get to another level. Wouldn't surprise me if João Pedro and Cunha both start for Brazil in the World Cup. I think he's a fantastic player, 9 Premier League goals, and I think he deserves to be in that number 3 position.
I've got him in number 4. I've got him in at number 4. As I say, I've got Thiago 3, Pedro 4, and I've got Watkins 5.
So this striker in current form, I have to have at number 2.
Number 2.
I know it's harsh because he scored 20 Premier League goals, but I'm going Erling Haaland at number 2. I have been disappointed. He's got 1 Premier League goal, and that was a penalty against Brighton in his last 7 games. He's starting to look, Ali, in the Premier League, not lost, but not involved. Even against Spurs, he's not really involved. That first half chance where Rodri puts him through, normally Haaland, he lifts that, it's a goal.
Too much on it, doesn't he?
It's harsh to put him at number 2 because he's the leading goal scorer with 20 goals, but 1 in 7, and it's a penalty. He's not in the greatest of form for Manchester City.
Okay, I take your point, but I've got him at number 1. Just because I can't argue with anything you said, but I'm going on for him since the start of the season, right?
Does Man City look after you when you...
always, before I get any further, I always say the hospitality
Fantastic.
They look after me really well up there. No, I just think it's very difficult. I take your point. 1 goal in 7, and yeah, he's kind of synonymous with it goes hand in hand with City's form at this moment in time. His form, you know, he needs service more than anybody, right? Because he's not the type of player, centre forward or any. Whereas the one that we're going to go on to is more than capable of getting a goal and creating his own goal. Yes, absolutely. And that's why I don't have a problem with you having him number 1. But I'm going a little bit further back, and I'm probably showing extreme loyalty. But I just think anybody that scores that number of goals is difficult to knock off the number 1 perch. But I take fair. We don't have a massive argument.
But my number 1, the player that I'm going to choose. No one will argue with me with recent form. He deserves to be the best striker in the Premier League at the moment. Ekitike. What a fight he probably had on his hands. When he signed for Liverpool, he probably thought, I'm number 1. Isak comes in, unsettles maybe both strikers. Isak's injury, he's number 1 striker. And just his assists as well, Ali. He's got 10 Premier League goals, but his assists and his second goal against Newcastle. Let me tell you out there, for people that haven't played the game, the second goal against Newcastle is unbelievable.
Beautiful.
To toe-poke that, Torres, like Steven Gerrard said on the telly, that is Torres-like, 100%. And that's confidence. That's you playing at your best. You're like, yeah, I'm going to try that. He wouldn't have tried that probably his first few games.
There's just signs in recent weeks of those two linking up.
Yep. Ekitike, Verts looking like they've got a great partnership. But 10 Premier League goals, Ali. I just think he's been fantastic. And like you says, he can come off. He can link up play. He got an assist for Verts, was it midweek in the Champions League?
He can play.
Where he comes off turns. He's quick. He's strong. He's good in the air. He can finish every sort of finish. His link-up play is very good. And also, he's also broke into the French national team and will go to the World Cup. He will shine at the World Cup. And I think for me at the moment, on form, he is the best striker in the Premier League.
It's very difficult to disagree with that. I'll tell you right now. I mean, what he does do really well, I enjoy watching him. He kind of plays, rather than an out-and-out number 9 when he's not been injured, Gabby, where I enjoy, he actually drifts, if you like. His starting position will be between the right back and the right centre-back. He likes it in that kind of area rather than between the two.
Thierry Henry, sort of like.
Well, but you know something?
Left-hand side.
I was about to say that, and I might as well say it. He's nowhere near that yet, but he is the one player I've seen in a long, long time.
With Isak as well.
Yeah, that looks a little bit, moves a little bit like Henry.
Yes.
You know, the great man is one of the best of all time.
Nowhere near
and he's
him,
still got a long, long way to go. But I'm sure you'll allow me just to make
100%.
a slight comparison in the way they look.
And do you know what I look at, Vert especially, and Ekitike, is that second goal from Ekitike. Maybe when he first joined, or maybe strikers in the past, they're probably looking for Salah.
Yeah.
No. I'm not looking for Mo anymore. I'm going on my own. I'm going to try and get past the player and so poke it in. Shows to me that Ekitike is the future of Liverpool.
Yeah, I don't disagree, mate. I really enjoyed that fluent. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Okay, after Jean-Philippe Mateta's dream move to AC Milan collapsed, really got to have a bit of sympathy for him. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Last night, we'll get the thoughts of Charlie Austin, Magic wee man's going on, who'll know exactly how Mateta felt last night.
Gone about VAR this, VAR that. It's a joke.
That's my best.
I hope he's not spent his sign on fee, Mateta, Ali.
Well, Charlie had a 7 million deadline day move to Hull collapse back in 2013. Can you remember that? Due to a failed medical, just like Mateta, and then West Ham failed to sign him because of that failed medical. That was our breakfast preview with Travis Perkins. Higher, stay with us. Charlie's next.
Superstar Breakfast Preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
Simon. Stick to football, or if you've got an opinion about a matter outside of football, then say it.
Listen, I think there's a balancing act. I mean, I think depends if you're if you're representing yourself as a football player rather than just an individual. If you're a leading manager and you want to talk about the independence of Catalonia in example terms with Pep Guardiola, and you do it at a Manchester City function, I don't think you should be doing that, because you're there representing Manchester City. The challenge is that you will always, in people's eyes, be representing Manchester City. But by the same token, Pep Guardiola is a citizen of the world. He has an opinion about something, and he can utilise his opinion. So I have a mixed emotions about it. I don't really want them wading into subject matter, because most of the time they don't know what they're bleeding talking about, and they don't really have the courage of their convictions to stand up behind their own words.
But he's not wrong, is he? I mean, we've seen and heard of some of the prices at the World Cup for tickets in the summer, and they're exorbitant, to say the least.
Again, but I would ask the question, where does the money go? Right? Because I realise who his father is, and his father was the president of Liberia, so he probably thinks he's got a soapbox to stand upon, right? So I understand that he comes from that particular background, and I'm not suggesting that footballers aren't entitled to an opinion. If it were a domestic opinion, I'd say shut your mouth, because you're the ones taking all the money out of the room in the first place. In this instance, I would suggest that the beneficiaries of the ticket pricing are FIFA, which is a not-for-profit organisation, and we know that they're not transparent, we know that they're opaque, but isn't the distribution of this money supposed to be going to grassroots football around the world?
Well, won't the FIFA delegates be going to the games in their limousines and sitting in the plus seats that they won't have had to pay for?
But there's always an element that's like saying, but that's like saying, I understand your point, and I don't disagree with it. It's like saying all the commercial...
I'm getting a bit of stick, Darren.
I getting stick.
No, you're not bad.
Oh.
Darren's giving me a bit of stick with some justification.
What have you done, mate?
All he said is, Ali, going for the easy option. That's it. Yeah, I know, but it's hard to argue, Darren, with 20 goals, you know.
It's hard to argue as well when you get treated so well at the stadium.
Yeah.
Those prawn sandwiches in the commentary
Take
box.
your point, Darren. Nah, but the pies are good at the Etihad. Right, what do we know this Tuesday morning? The Premier League has its quietest ever winter transfer deadline day, as just 7 deals were completed on Monday. Also, a bit of frustration for Dwight McNeil as Palace's attempted loan signing for Everton. It fell through late last night after the clubs couldn't get the paperwork over the line before the window closed at 7 p.m. And after Burnley fell to a 3-0 defeat at Sunderland last night, Scott Parker was asked about Sunderland's incredible return to life in the Premier League and where it seems to have gone so badly wrong for his own Burnley.
I think there's always them clubs, isn't there? There's always them clubs that you can look at, and they've done fantastic. Sunderland, considering where they were last year in terms of the distance from us, really, and the recruitment and the level of investment they made. They've made some really good decisions. They're a strong side. This home stadium's a tough place to come. But like I said, it's certainly something on reflection I'm sure we'll go over.
Tough win for Burnley, particularly Burnley fans this morning. They won't be feeling good. Gab, here are a couple of stats for you, bits and pieces for you. Burnley have over 200 points in the last 2 championship seasons.
Wow.
I mean, that in itself is highly commendable. But flip side of the coin, they've only had 8 wins. 8 wins in the last 2 Premier League seasons.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it? If ever there's been a championship side, those stats would tell you that's it.
Do you know the biggest one for me, Ali, is what Brentford player would you sign next season if you're a Premier League club? I probably couldn't name one.
Burnley, you mean?
Yeah. Say Burnley go down. What player in Burnley's squad would you, if a Premier League team next season sign, you look at that squad of players and you'll say, I'm not sure.
Well, I don't disagree with you. Look at the squad. No, they also spent around £50 million less than Sunderland last summer. Certainly, flip again, Sunderland have been absolutely excellent. Yep. They deserve all the credit, but Burnley, big disappointment. Okay, time now for a bit of magic. Time for a bit of this.
Got an issue? Why can't you see? All you need is some help from me. Give my lamp a rub. 1, 2, 3. I'm the Gabby Genie.
Right, Gabby Genie, but before we start, I'm going to a quick response to Darren. Darren's giving me a bit of stick for easy option. Here's my statement to you. I'm not sure any of the players we've mentioned are getting in before Shearer, Henry, Kane, Rooney, Aguero, Drogba, on fire Salah.
Totally agree.
No. Okay.
Is Salah a striker though?
That's the good question. Okay, that's right. We all know that a very good Genie can grant 3 magical wishes with a little rub of his lamp, and Genie Gab is no different. So here is my first rub Gab.
Comes in field, plays a little reverse ball. Larsson near post, drives it into the goal. Fantastic! What a finish from Jørgen Strand Larsen.
Okay, Strand Larsen moved to Crystal Palace and a club record £48 million move. That's baffling me. Nearly as much as Jeremy Jacquet. But here come to you, Gab. With the wish of outscoring Mateta's best season, 16 goals, do you grant him that wish?
No, I don't. I think Mateta will be probably playing more football in the last 13 Premier League games than he probably thinks he will. Listen, Strand Larsen this season has been very, very poor. 1 Premier League goal. Even lost his place in recent weeks as the starter for a struggling Wolves at the bottom of the table. Nearly went to Newcastle. There was interest, wasn't there, in the summer? Could be because he scored 14 Premier League goals last season, but only 1 goal this season. And what baffles me and will baffle everyone out there is that he was on loan at Wolves, and Wolves made it permanent in July 2025 for £23 million. Now, after 1 Premier League goal, not just double, but why not add another 2 million on?
Yeah.
Okay. 48 million, wild. This is where football's at.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do Palace sign Strand Larsen if they've got a crystal ball and they realise Mateta's coming back to them?
I don't think they do, no. I really don't think they do. 48 million is crazy.
I think you're right.
And listen, last season, everything was going in for him very good. This season, I've been watching him, Ali. He's not even holding the ball up, the basics. Whenever I watched him for Wolves, very disappointing. And I just think that is a very overpriced transfer. When you look at Villa getting Tammy Abraham for 19 million. Do you know what I mean? And which striker would you prefer?
I am with you 100%.
Very strange from Crystal Palace. Brennan Johnson was a lot of money as well. Yeah, I just, I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure about that transfer.
I'm enjoying this. Here's my second rub.
Big moment for Calvin Phillips. Waits 4 steps back from the ball. Becomes right-footed and scores. Sends the keeper the wrong way. A lovely moment for Calvin Phillips.
Okay, mate. Here's a forgotten man. Calvin Phillips has secured his next loan move away from City. Championship side, I beg your pardon, Sheffield United. He's come to you, Gab, with a wish of getting back to his best form in a lower division. Do you grant him that wish?
I can't grant Calvin Phillips, who's just turned 30, December just gone, to get back to his best. When he was at his best at Leeds United and he was starting with Declan Rice for the national team in tournaments, that was Calvin Phillips' best. You can't go the amount of time he's gone without being a regular and then get back to that, Ali. His last appearance for Manchester City, September the 24th, 2025.
What's happened?
7 minutes he got in that game against Huddersfield in the Carabao Cup, third round. That's been his last appearance. Before that, struggled at West Ham. He went there, didn't really happen for him there. Now it's just about go and play somewhere where you're going to enjoy football again. Maybe Championship's more his level. Leeds United, didn't want to touch him, his old club in the Premier League. I just don't think he's Premier League level now. I think he's a shadow of the player he was at Leeds. Disastrous move, which has been a few as well.
Yeah.
Remember Rodwell, Manchester City, Scott Sinclair, Manchester. Yeah. There's been so many transfers for English players that haven't worked under Pep, and I think you just go and enjoy your football now at 30 years of age.
Okay. Don't necessarily disagree with Nutman either. Mateta might have some apologising to do this morning when he gets to training after his deadline day move to Milan collapsed. He's fallen out with it. See, the first thing you'd say, see if you're in the Palace dressing room.
Oh,
you've got to attempt to have a laugh with him. You've got to try and make him smile. No,
my banter this morning, right, is that I would have got an AC Milan top yesterday. I would have went to JJB, was still open, or JD Sports. I'm getting an AC Milan top on with Shevchenko on the back, and I'm wearing it into training. I'm just going to walk past his locker. Oh, good morning. Good morning, my friend. What happened?
It's the only way to deal with me.
Yeah, you've got to have banter.
Deal with it. Now, clearly he's fallen out with the fans, and he's even unfollowed the club on social media.
Will he follow them back, do you reckon?
Well, he's come to you with a wish of forgiveness from the Palace. Do you grant him that?
I think go and score a goal, and all the fans will forgive you, Mateta. But those double wages you wanted, maybe £150,000 a week, it's not going to happen now with your problem in your knee. But take the banter off the players and go and come on as a sub maybe in your next game for Larson and score a winner. And go and kick the corner flag again, all forgiven.
JP, get the ball in the back of the net. That's the only way to win the fans back. Coming up this morning, enjoyed that, mate. This morning, talkSPORT has been told that City have prepared a shortlist to replace Pep. Xabi Alonso, Maresca and De Zerbi are on that list. Could Pep really leave City? I'll have a wee chat about that next.
Anthony, does it bother you how you win it? If you end up winning it, you've won it, you know?
No, good morning, lads. Great show as usual.
Thanks,
I just want to say hello to Martin, the legend. Martin, you probably don't remember me. I met you in Holiday Inn years ago. I came to get Ian Wright to sign my book for me, and I met you in the foyer. You was reading the newspaper, and you took the picture and you said, bloody hell, right, he's got more gold teeth than you. But anyway, that was a quick one. No, I think it's a disgrace as Scholes and Butt are talking, to be honest, Jim. Let's be honest, like you just touched on, the worst Premiership team was the last team Fergie won the league with. Because if you remember, Fergie left, Moyes came in, and that team after that got absolutely pelted. Couldn't defend nothing, absolutely dross. So how can he sit there and talk about if this Arsenal team wins the league, it's the worst team to ever win it? No. And let's talk about it realistically. Leicester City should never have won the Premiership. They should never have won the Premiership. So how can you sit there and say, oh, if this Arsenal team wins, it's the worst Arsenal team? Like the previous caller said, Chelsea, parking buses, Jose Mourinho, winning at all costs. Nobody questioned Jose. Nobody questioned Jose when he wins at all costs.
Anthony, who had more gold teeth? You or Martin Keown?
No, I didn't have any of it.
Oh, you didn't have any?
It was Ian Wright.
Ian
Wright did.
But I've still got the book, Martin, and I never forget it because you're a legend, a real legend.
It's very kind.
I don't forget the things that you used to do to Emile Lesky as well, because I know Emile personally. And
Thomas Tuchel's busy trying to bring glory back to England for the first time since '66. But how did he get here? Well, from the sleepy town of Krumbach via some giants of European football, here's his journey to Wembley. Sitting around 60 miles west of Munich, Krumbach's population is less than 14,000 people. But Tuchel's friends there remember a boy whose ambitions lay far beyond the Bavarian community. His will to win was evident early. Tuchel often captained his youth football teams, and his school side lifted the national German football trophy in 1987. The sport took the young defender on a whistle-stop tour of South Germany, from Augsburg to Stuttgart and then Ulm. A knee injury ended his playing career at the age of 25, though. Tuchel accepted his first coaching role in the Stuttgart youth setup in 2000, hired by none other than Ralf Rangnick. Under Tuchel's stewardship, the club's under-19s won their league title in 2005. But Stuttgart chose not to renew his contract, feeling Tuchel had an abrasive personality. He went on to manage Augsburg's second team before spending 5 years at the helm at Mainz. He then followed in Jurgen Klopp's footsteps and moved from Mainz to Dortmund. Here, Tuchel secured his first major silverware, the German Cup, in 2017. 8 more major trophies came next for Tuchel in just 5 glorious seasons. He won 2 Ligue 1 titles and a pair of domestic cups as PSG boss. At Chelsea, he famously lifted the Champions League, as well as a Super Cup and a Club World Cup, and he also bagged a Bundesliga at Bayern Munich. And then, 4 months after leaving Bayern, Tuchel was unveiled as England's new manager.
I always wanted to come back to England. That was my big goal. I have the best memories of the country, of the league and of the players. The attitude towards the game, the attitude from the supporters.
Well, here's hoping Tuchel can finally drag England over the line at a major tournament.
For a quick look ahead, what they've put me down to read here. This is unbelievable.
Good luck.
Okay, Tuesday the 3rd of February, 6 minutes past 9. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Ali and Gabby. Thoroughly enjoying it this morning. Hope you are too. And Arnold Clark's Real Sale. It's your last chance to save big on your next car. The sale ends, of course, on the 16th of February. Just a reminder of what we had this morning. Gabby has currently said that he rates Ekitike as better than striker Highlands. And he might have a point, by
in
the way.
recent form.
Yeah, he might have a point. Gabby has also called out, this is an interesting one, all Brentford fans saying the stadium should be packed up and made into an extra lane for the motorway.
The traffic's terrible around there,
It's
mate.
terrible, mate.
It would just solve a problem, wouldn't it?
I can't argue with that. I don't think it'll happen, nor do I want it to happen, right? Brentford fans, particularly in Artley, go, just everybody calm down. But what I would say is the traffic is a nightmare there.
Yes.
And you've also told Romero to, keep it closed and focus on his football. Never miss the breakfast show, because this fella across from me, he's box office. Now, could Pep Guardiola be on his way out from Manchester City? Speaking to us earlier this morning, talkSPORT reporter Ben Jacobs certainly thinks that could be on the cards.
Pep Guardiola could well leave in the summer. A lot of industry sources think that it will be this summer rather than the end of his contract in 2027. And there's a shortlist being drawn up, which is what well-run clubs do. It's not interviewing. It's not definite Pep's leaving, but clubs make sure that they've got names. And Xabi Alonso is in the mix for Manchester City. As we know, is Enzo Maresca as well.
Okay. In the last year, Pep spent over £500 million in transfers at City, with total expenditure since his 2016 arrival surpassing the £2 billion mark.
Oh.
Hey, don't give it a ho. He has been brilliant.
Of course.
He has been fantastic. Yes. Right. So, I don't think we can argue with that. Right?
No, not at all.
He has been backed. Of course he's been backed. There's no doubt he's been backed. But he has produced.
Oh, yes.
He has come up with the goods. Do you think this could be his last season?
The way they're playing at the moment, yes, I do. But
so you think, from what you've said there, the way they're playing at the moment would influence his decision to leave?
I think so, yeah. Because the way they're playing at the moment, Ali, let's look at recent form. Would you ever have thought that Manchester City's last 6 games, 4 draws, 1 defeat, and only 1 win in 6 Premier League games? Do you think that's good enough for a squad? Let me name Manchester City's bench on the weekend, Ali. Rico Lewis, Aki, Reinders, Foden, Nico Gonzalez, Marmouche, Trafford, Alen. You telling me that, like, that standard of players on the bench for Manchester City, never mind the starting lineup, they should be doing a lot better than they are. Foden can't get a start. What's going on there? No one's talking about that. He's not started since the Manchester derby. He's not started. Like, what's going on? He's not scored since mid-December in the Premier League.
Okay, so what you're saying, and I take it, and all your points are valid ones. Are you, like Jeff did on Monday, handing Arsenal a title right
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, 100%. I mean, I look at Manchester City and I'll say, yes, Gahey, great signing, Semenyo, great signing, but even on the weekend, I'm looking at them.
With 14 games to go, by the way.
They're too
14
easy,
games to go. They've still got to play each other. Now, I think Arsenal will win it, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think we're in a position to write City off.
If they can sort out their defence, then of course you can't write them off. But the way they're defending, and I mean, how can a club like Manchester City not replace Kyle Walker? Nunes can do a job, but he can still get found out defensively. Left back, I do like Aït-Nouri. I do like O'Reilly there. Kushinov, I'm not sure. He might turn out to be a very good defender.
I'm
still
with
young.
you. I think the jury's out. I've got a question mark over Kushinov.
Defensively, Ali. I'm looking at them. I'm looking at Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? You've got Timber and Ben White, who would walk into Manchester City's team at right back. Saliba and Gabriel. Do you think they're conceding those 2 goals?
No chance.
Especially the first lanky goal. They're not conceding that.
Even, I look at City. City are miles better with Stones and Diaz in 2 centre-back positions, weren't they? Let's be honest.
Exactly. And I just look at Rodri in midfield. Some great passes, but it's too easy in that midfield to get through with them. Bernardo Silva has been a great servant, but a centre midfield of Bernardo Silva and Rodri looks very lightweight. I'll tell you something, if they play that against Arsenal when they play them again, all the best.
I know. I mean, we're going to have some run in, I've got to say. I mean, I wasn't surprised. I was staggered, actually, how quickly you threw in the towel with Aston Villa's challenge after the weekend. I mean,
I've got the squad,
mate. I've got to say it. Yeah.
I've got the funds, Ali. We can't spend them.
I know you're a realist. But I just thought your heart would have ruled your head. I mean, the towel came in immediately after the pee in the referee's whistle hadn't stopped moving after that game of the weekend, and you chucked it effectively.
Do you know what, though? It's been fun while it's lasted, but I do look at Villa and, like, I look at the chasing pack and I am scared. I'm looking at Manchester United, I'm looking at Chelsea, Liverpool.
So you're telling me you're looking below you rather than above you now? Is that...
Well, above me, because Man City are there. You can still look above you, but I think there's Man City, Villa, Manchester United, Chelsea, Liverpool, all fighting for those Champions League spots. City aren't guaranteed. I'm telling you now, mate, if you look at the weekend, Liverpool away, Manchester United beat Spurs. They're 3 points behind City. It's all to play for, really.
What have Arsenal got the weekend? Home to Sunderland?
Arsenal
Like that.
are
I think they're home to
yes.
Sunderland.
Arsenal at home to Sunderland. I think they win that comfortably. So they could end up being 9 points clear. I just back Arsenal. They're too strong, and
Well,
yes, they've had hiccups.
I'll tell you where I was in it. I took Liverpool to start the season.
Yep.
And then I think I said to you, the minute that Liverpool beat Arsenal, the 1-0 game with Szoboszlai, I fancied Arsenal.
Yes.
Bizarrely. Just because of the way I thought they defend. And I took Arsenal to win the league right after that game. And I don't think Arsenal have done an awful lot wrong this year.
No.
You took the game at Liverpool that could be as a goal that's flown into the top corner that's beaten.
That last minute goal can happen.
Correct. Manchester United, a mistake and 2 great goals.
Yep. But I'll just look at Manchester City, Ali, that second half against Spurs, and I'm watching them and I'm like, giving the ball away a lot for a Pep team. Not be able to get out second half for a Pep team was very odd. Remember the Manchester Cities we've watched over the years under Pep? Literally, like, first half, just pass. You can't get out. Second half, they couldn't.
Here's a wee thought for you. Do you know what I think might be one of Arsenal's biggest problems?
What?
In the run-in.
Themselves?
Yeah. And when I say themselves, I mean the feeling in the stadium.
Yeah.
Because the fans are scared. The fans are nervous. Right? Because they want it that bad. They want it so much.
So bad, yes.
Their nervousness is being
100%.
transmitted onto the pitch, whether they like it or not.
Yep.
And it's a natural thing. Instead of being the vocal, supportive fans that they've been perhaps at the start of the season, they're getting to the nitty-gritty, and you can feel it. You can feel the tension, mate.
100%.
Still fancy them, though. And I fancy them to win more than one trophy.
And the thing is as well, Ali, I fancy them because they can even drop points against Spurs, because I think the teams that are chasing them will still drop points. Villa have got Bournemouth away. That's a tough game.
Just a quick one on it. I know we're going to break. I'm getting eyeballed. I want to talk to you start the next one.
Yeah.
Ray Parlour, 100% correct, wanting Tottenham to win in the weekend. 100%. A few of the Arsenal fans were giving him a bit of stick because he wanted Tottenham to win. He is 110%. I want your views on when I come back. He's eyeballing me. Coming up, we're going to turn our attention back to Spurs and ask a question. Is Gabby right to say that Romero needs to stop posting and focus on his football? Of course he is. We'll discuss that next.
Tottenham 2, Manchester City 2, a result I didn't really expect at all at half-time. The sad thing was,
game of two halves.
I know there was a lot of talk about the atmosphere, but the atmosphere wasn't angry in that first half. I think we all looked at the team and thought, wow, we could get it, our backsides handed to us here. And then the team kind of lived down to our expectations in the first half. And it was very flat. It was an apathetic, flat performance. We had no expectation. And then they suddenly came alive in the second half, and it doesn't take much. It just takes a bit of intent, just a little bit of belief, and the place was transformed.
The professional football people, of which I certainly don't count you two and myself, there's an illusion that the crowd must lift the team. The thing that works, and really the only thing that ever really, really works, with one or two exceptions, maybe the Leeds crowd can lift their team occasionally, is the team lifts the crowd, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Sure.
The two most important moments in that game, one was invisible and one did not result in a goal. The invisible one was the save by Vicario from Ryan Cherky, which was given as a goal kick. If that had gone in, it could have been anything by half-time. The goalkeeper got no credit for it, but he stopped it and changed the game. And the second one, the moment the game changes, is when Spurs come out, depleted further by the loss of their captain, into a new system, and they had one good move. They had nothing in the first half. Udogie has that shot, saved by Donnarumma, and that convinces them and the crowd that they can still...
There was Barmy. Go on, you chip.
It's my favourite bit of coverage. Big Brazil, go on, you tube, you singing at Lincoln.
It's anthem, man.
It's great, isn't it? Isn't it great?
How do you stop yourself from going out and kicking someone in the first minute?
Yeah, well, yeah,
you must be that pumped.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's great. See me get it at Hampden, see me get it at Murrayfield as well. It's brilliant, man. It's fantastic.
Absolutely spear someone on the floor.
You need to calm yourself down. Ali and Gabby with you this morning. Some great news here. Big Brazil, Big Alan's back tomorrow from 6 a.m.
Go on, Alan.
Looking forward to seeing and hearing him tomorrow. And also listen to this. Here's an interesting one, Gabby. The Telegraph is reporting that Scotland manager Steve Clarke has made a fresh attempt to persuade Harvey Barnes to play for Scotland with the promise of a place in the World Cup squad. Now listen, mate. No brainer. Right. Harvey Barnes, think about it. Most importantly, where is he just now? Where's he playing his trade? Newcastle.
Yep.
So I mean, it's a hop, skip and a jump over the border. So travelling's not a problem, right? He's up to Hampden in a couple of hours. Not a problem. He's guaranteed to get into the squad, mate. Right? He's in the squad and he'll play. He'll play with, in that, our middle to front is as good as it gets this moment in time. McGinn, McTominay.
But
no, hold on a minute. Just wait a bit. Just don't give us a butt yet, right? He's getting in there, and he's adding to our strongest area in the team, right?
But
he'll play. You can't wait to shit me down, can you?
Okay, listen. Would he be outstanding for Scotland? Of course, 12 goals this season in the form of his career. But let's say he takes your position, and you're a left winger for Scotland. And you've done all the hard yards of getting your country to a World Cup. Oh, sorry, mate, you're not in the squad. Harvey Barnes, who's still holding out for England, by the way. He's still holding out for England.
I'm going to tell Harvey, right? Harvey, forget it, mate. You ain't getting in that England.
Why not?
Well,
12 goals this season, why not?
Well, you think of the competition he's up against, right?
Are they all performing?
Right, so do you think Thomas Tuchel's going to take him?
No, I don't.
Right.
He's not been in a squad with him. I think he's too late. But his form, he's probably holding out, thinking, I scored more than Gordon.
He ain't getting him before Gordon.
No, he's not. I don't think he is.
He ain't getting him before Saka. He ain't getting him before Madueke.
No, he's definitely not getting in.
Right. So, in answer to your question, it's not Stevie Clarke's job to be concerned about how he might upset people. It's Stevie Clarke's job to get the best for the country and the team. And if it's the best for the country and the team moving forward... Now, if I'm a Scotland player, I think the opposite, right? I don't think, he's taking my place. I think, great, an addition to the squad that's going to help us do well.
If you're a centre midfielder, you're like, yes, perfect. We've got another outlet on the counter attack. We've got Barnes' pace and goal scoring ability. If you're a winger, you liar, for Scotland, you're saying, Gaffer, don't you dare. He's English. He wants to play for England. He's waiting out and he's using us as a last resort to go to a World Cup. The same's happening with some of the African countries.
It's 94 miles up the road. Get yourself in a car, go up and see Steve, get it sorted, get the deal done. I mean, Harvey...
Give me a winger from Scotland.
Harvey Barnes, when's Harvey Barnes ever going to get the chance to pull on a Scotland jersey and play against Brazil in Miami?
Give me a Scottish winger that will be going to the World Cup.
Ben Garland-Oaks.
Okay. Any others?
Not out-and-out wingers, no.
That's what I mean. They are missing that position.
Oh, you better believe that.
But let's say, okay, that space, we're going to have to take you out. Maybe, I don't know, Lyndon Dykes. Okay, we're going to have to take you out now because Barnes is coming in. We're going to take one less striker. Or Che Adams.
We've not got a lot of strikers. What are you talking about? Now, if you haven't listened yet, you need to make sure you check out the How to Win World Cup podcast. In last week's episode, Matt Ford and Jacob Holley were joined by American goalkeeping legend. I saw this thing, Brad Friedel lives in Turkey or something like that, who spoke in England's #1, Jordan Pickford.
I think if he goes and wins a World Cup, I think England have a team that can win a World Cup, then he'll be considered as a true England great. I think he is a Premier League great for sure, but then being an international great is something different. With the quality that England has in their side and the quality that England has had in many sides over the past years, they need to go and win. If he does, then he'll for sure be considered an England great.
Well, I'm delighted to say Brant Kimera, host of the show How to Win the World Cup podcast, Matt Ford, is now joining us in the studio. Matt, very good morning to you.
Very good morning.
Thanks very much for joining us. First question.
Good morning, mate.
Good morning.
Harvey Barnes, he's got to go to Scotland.
Oh, it's got to. It'd be mad not to. He's so good.
You'd be crazy, wouldn't you?
But I'd speak to loads of Scotland fans that are like, no, he made his choice.
Yeah.
You're like, come on.
No.
You don't say no to talent, do you?
No, exactly. We are not in a position, mate, that we can knock back good players, and good players want good players around them. Yeah. Harvey, let's go.
Is there anyone else out there with Scottish DNA that you can...
You're sitting next to him. Believe it or not.
I've got Scottish in me.
Have you?
Yes.
Airdrie.
Adrian Shots.
Correct.
Yeah, I know Scotland, mate.
You do, mate.
I do.
It was my biggest regret, playing for England and not playing for Scotland. So,
are you serious?
Harvey Barnes, don't do the same thing.
It's your biggest regret.
You didn't know that.
Playing for England.
I want to play for Scotland.
There you go.
Did you really?
Yeah, that national anthem was.
Oh man, Flower of Scotland, unbelievable.
You're getting me all sentimental, guys. Man. We need, because you've got a lot of things going on. You've got a tour going on at this moment, a stand-up show called Defying Calamity, right?
That's right.
How do you go on tour and defy calamity?
Well,
surely they go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do a little bit. Yeah, it depends how the gigs go, but it's just great fun. You know, as you know, I do like lots of impressions of politicians and a few football and cultural people, and then I talk about having survived cancer a couple of years ago and the changes to my body as a result of it. So it's like mixing the personal with the political, and it's just great fun. You know, it's good to be alive.
Do you know what I'm dying to ask somebody like yourself, Matt? Where did do you just get an idea? Obviously, when you've got a tour planned, you'll go and you'll do a script and you'll have a line you'll follow. But where do you see the humour? Where do you find the humour? Is it in everyday life?
It's everyday life, and I think I watch a lot of the news, and then you see sort of hypocrisy or incompetence. You know, they're always like good things. But what I often try and do is I do this whole thing about. So I had the base of my spine removed, so I've lost bladder and bowel function, so I've got a colostomy bag and I have to catheterise. I'm currently having treatment for erectile dysfunction on the NHS. So that I'm not just going from like, here's a Trump impression and Keir Starmer to that, I'll sort of blend the two and say, who would I rather have as my doctor? Would I rather have Keir Starmer? Look, the reality is, you're in a situation now where you're probably never going to have a sex life that you would fully enjoy. There is no sensation in that area. Or would you rather have Trump going, I think it's going to get bigger than it ever was, and I think you're going to have a wonderful time. People are going to say this guy is going to make a lot of people very happy.
Well, see, there you are. That's what I'm going to ask you, because what you're talking about, what you're talking about and what you're dealing with is an extremely serious situation, right? And I don't think for a minute you're underestimating the importance of it. But is that a great way to handle it with humour?
I think so. You got to, and I think we all do. And I think we're really good at that here. And I think anyone who's been in that situation develops a gallows humour. And you know, football really helped as well. Football's like amazing. And Stuart Pearce, who I know is a good friend of yours,
great lad.
He came to visit me in hospital a few times, and I never really appreciate this. He's one of the wisest people I've ever met. And I thought he was going to give me advice on pain. And he's like, I'm a Forest fan. He's my number one. He went, what you got to understand, you know, is how social circles work. You know, it's people who's on the periphery, you know what I mean, Gabby? He knows what I'm talking about at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's people who's on the periphery, they're going to be the ones that are saying, you know, I don't know how to handle it, if you know what I mean, you know?
Do you know what Pearce's strength is? Well, it certainly used to be. You'll find it was dishing out pain. There's a difference, mate. Pearce's strength was dishing out pain. I'm joking, of course. Tell me the venues, where you're going, where you're going to be, and how's it all going? Because you've started.
Yeah, so started in Birmingham last week. This week I'm doing Lancaster and Brighton, and I'm going all over the UK. A few nights at London's Bloomsbury Theatre. Just added another one there. And Nottingham Theatre Royal. mattford.com. There's 50-odd dates on there. Going all over.
Magic, mate. And life's good. Tell me about the podcast. Did I read that? Did I hear that? Because I saw Brad Fido. Is he in Turkey?
Yeah, he's in Turkey.
He was in Turkey.
Because I was watching it, and is it his daughter's at uni there or something?
Yeah, he splits his time between Turkey and the Bahamas.
Oh,
wow.
He's done all right, hasn't he? Yeah.
Oh, it must be nice.
I
have to ask you though, Donald, you know, what do you think about the World Cup coming to the United States of America? Do you think that England have a chance?
I think, firstly, I just want to say, Gary, it's great to meet you. You're probably one of the greatest Irish players of all time, in the way the touchdowns you scored were probably the best we've ever seen, and everybody says it. They say, no one scores a touchdown like Gary. He's the best.
Gary.
I think England are good, but I think as long as Mexico don't win it, I don't mind. That would make me feel very, very sad.
Man, yes, mate.
But we're good at defence. We know how to build a wall.
I'm watching you there, right? I'm watching you there. How important, right? As soon as he set you up there, I see the face.
Yeah.
Right.
You've got to pull the face.
Exactly. So it's not just the voice with these guys. It's mannerisms.
It's all the mannerisms. You know, with Boris Johnson, it was always, I want to, what was it? Yes, I pay tribute to really wonderful talkSPORT economy, global, Rangers, Glasgow, Rangers, scoring.
See, I always think he's like Boris Johnson's like that guy that used to do in the Fast Show. You remember the old rolling?
Oh yeah.
He never used. Exactly, never used to say anything.
No,
you know, but
right.
you
got to spin like multiple plates, and then there are others where Tony Blair much more upright and far more. Look, putting things into a context, Ali. You know, I think particularly what you achieved at Rangers was something unique, and you go through a period like that where, you know, the parity between Scottish football and English football back then was so much closer. You know, the context was completely different. And, you know, I think you did a great job.
I've got one more, Donald. I've got a cousin that lives in Haiti that wants to come to America for the World Cup. Can you help with that, please?
Haiti. Why do you think they call it that? Funny how the name, it suggests something bad to me. Why would you live there? They're full of hate. They're trying to ruin what we're doing. People say that I'm Haiti. They say that. I think it's very sad.
Matt, brilliant, mate. I've not even had a chance to talk football, mate. I've got to go to the news. Continued success. Thanks for coming in.
Legend,
to see you, mate.
Legend.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, mate.
Magic to see you, mate. Alongside hosting talkSPORT How to Win the World Cup podcast, Matt hosts a political podcast also, British Scandal, with all episodes, I beg your pardon, now on Audible, released weekly. And do not forget the tour. Get along to that. Coming up, we're going to turn our attention to Deadline Day, which was a quiet one, and find out exactly what happens when someone fails a medical and the deal falls through. You got to feel for them. There's no getting away from it. You got to feel for Mateta. That's coming up next.
sad, isn't it? Sad. You know what I mean? I'm still shaking my head. You know what I mean? Would you do it again? I bloody will do it again. Actually, I think if I had been a bit more mobile, I might have done a knee slide. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That would have only got me a yellow as well.
Ah, David. So he got booked, Simon. He got booked, Martin. And he was. I mean, a lot of that I think is tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
Is it not? Yeah. I mean, if they say, okay, we'll make, in special cases you can come out your technical area. No.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? I mean, the fact that it looks like a cross between David Pleat on a mobility scooter is a problem to him.
Or David Pleat.
Yeah, but the fact is that the technical area is big enough for them to celebrate in. It's been made bigger than, you know, back in the day when you had managers that meant as much to them back in the day. You didn't see Bob Paisley doing a knee slide, did you? The fact is that if you let a manager do this, then they'll take it to the next level.
Did Mourinho not do it in midweek then?
Well,
no, it's a bit of emotion.
Inconsistency. No, there's nothing wrong with it. But there's no need for managers to go on a pitch at the end of a game. There's no need for managers to run on the pitch and celebrate. They've got a plenty big enough technical area. And the reasons why I say that it's not as mean-spirited as David would want to perpetuate the idea that it is that if you give them this yard, they'll take the next yard. Then they'll take the next yard. Then they'll take the next yard. And then something will happen, and all of a sudden people say, "Why don't you stop it at source?"
I'm watching it.
I didn't want to be mean-spirited.
I'm watching it on a wheel here, and he's so into himself. He's not goading anybody. This is the manager of Everton Football Club celebrating
for his hip
a late goal. Do you know? And it's quite brilliant, really. To be honest, he's just caught in the moment. I don't think we should be punishing him for that.
But is there okay? But so what do you want then? Do you want subjectivity? You want rules or not want?
Ah, the kit man. One of the most important cogs in a football club's machine. But it's not just laundry and hanging up shirts in dressing rooms. Oh no. It's hours of dedication and a real love of the game. Every club does it slightly differently, but ultimately the kitman's the guy washing the training gear, repairing holes, cleaning boots, and that's before they even think about the match day. The day before a home game, a kitman will already be at the stadium making sure the kit is ready to be laid out, and if anything needs doing in terms of printing, stitching, cleaning, it gets done. On the day, the kitmen are almost the first ones there in the morning. They're unloading kit from the training ground, medical bags, anything else a player or a coach may need between their arrival and full time. Once things are in full swing, they actually help with the warm-up too. When the whistle goes and the match kicks off, it's the one time a kitman can put his feet up. At full time, if they're at home, it's easy. All the kit goes in the washing machines, dries and is ready for use within the next 24 hours. Away from home, it's a different story though. If you're a kitman for Spurs, for example, you can't exactly use the machines at St James's Park. So it's back into the van, or onto the chartered flight, back to the training ground, wash everything there, and be ready to go again for the next game. Some might have to go to Europe a day later, so the pressure is definitely on. Working for a football club might look glamorous on the face of it, but we salute those who dedicate their lives to scraping mud off boots and washing a millionaire's underpants.
Okay, 9:36, we're on the home straight, pal. Tuesday the 3rd of February. This is talkSPORT Break with Arnold Clark's Real Sale. It's your last chance to save save big in your next car. The sale ends on the 16th of February. Alan Gabby with you this morning. Now, serious topic. It was a roller coaster of a deadline day for Everton's Dwight McNeil, who underwent a medical with a deal sheet submitted to the Premier League to give Palace an additional 2 hours to complete the signing. However, the deal collapsed with the Eagles not filling out the paperwork in time. McNeil's partner, Megan Sharpley, took to social media last night and posted a lengthy message on Instagram over the collapsed transfer, noting how shocked she was at how Dwight had been treated by Palace. She said, to have something promised you, to have been dragged along on the emotional roller coaster and to be toyed with until the final minute, to have 4.5 years of your life promised you, travelling, medicals, agreements made, for it to be torn away from you at the last second with absolutely no explanation. We live in a world now where everyone is aware how big of a problem mental health is. So why in football do we find it acceptable, because these young men are on a lot of money, that it's okay to mess and toy with their mental health, and that's just part of the job? So she's made a statement there. First thing you would say, we haven't heard anything from Palace in their defence. But we'd ask you the question, do you have sympathy with Dwight McNeil here? Yes, of course you would.
100%.
The same way I think I've got sympathy for Mateta.
Yeah, because...
Now you can argue... Sorry, Gab.
Okay.
You can argue the rights and wrongs of particularly Mateta coming off social media, being critical. That's wrong. But at the same time, you can understand and have sympathy for the players in these situations. Is that fair?
I think especially Dwight McNeil, you know, you probably like travelled to London, I'm not sure, maybe done your medical and you've been promised a 4.5-year contract, your money sorted, you're probably already excited, Ali, to even start looking at houses, and then boom, maybe because Mateta hasn't left, they've pulled the plug on it and says no. Because I think it was going to be a permanent. Then there might be maybe thought they'd do a loan, an option for a permanent in the summer. And this is what happens in football. It works both ways as well, though, where sometimes players can mess clubs around and change their mind last minute, can't they, and choose a different club.
Of course.
Look at the new signing for Liverpool. Yeah. He was apparently all done at Chelsea, and he changed his mind last minute to Liverpool. So hopefully in the summer, Dwight McNeil gets the move that he deserves.
Okay, mate. Joining us now is someone who's obviously experienced late transfer disappointment firsthand and knows all about the emotions that come with it. In 2015, he was only outscored in the Premier League by Costa, Kane and Aguero. It is a very, very good morning to a good pal of the show, Charlie Austin. Charlie, good morning, mate. How are you?
Charlie.
Oh, good morning, Al. Morning, Gabs. How are you?
We're in top form. How's life for you, pal?
Yeah, not too bad, chaps. Not too bad. Just ticking along, you know.
Good, that's what I like to hear. Now, Charlie, there's obviously a lot been made, particularly the last 24 hours, about Mateta, and you just heard there from kind of Dwight McNeil's partner, you know, coming out in, I think it was Instagram or whatever it was, giving their views. It can be, in all seriousness, I mean, and you had it yourself, you experienced it yourself, it can be very, very difficult. Tell me what it would be like. You've got your hopes all built up, but you think it's done, and then it's pulled away at the last minute.
Yeah, it's tough. But also, right, what you need to remember is you said all your goodbyes as well to everyone at the training ground and associated with the football club, right? And then obviously you've got to go back and not mend them bridges, but it happens. But we've done pretty much, and then you just go and have the medical and you're told that you failed it and they can't pursue it. It's not ideal. Like we don't matter what age you are, you still is your dreams. Like for Mateta, for argument's sake, that's a dream move to AC Milan, and his eyes are on the prize, which is the World Cup, isn't it? In the summer, he's trying to get into that World Cup squad. Dwight McNeil, right at the end. That's like for me, it's a different one. We have this conversation every transfer window. Yeah. Why do clubs wait right to the end? Why are we putting deal sheets in? Why, if this is not something that's a knee-jerk reaction to try and get him in, surely it's someone that they've had an eye on throughout the transfer window. So why are we waiting to the last minute? Of course I have sympathy on him, right? Of course I do. Like Gabby said, looking at houses, 1,000,000%, going down there 4.5 years, moving to London, all the excitement of that, trying to kick on now into his career. But that's part of football, right? That's unfortunately that's the setbacks. Like we get all the positivity from it, the excitement, we're entertainment business. But you do get negative side of it. But that's what football is.
Charlie, I want to ask you about when it happened to you, because you look at Mateta, and I'm looking at, will it affect him going forward with other moves if he wants to leave Crystal Palace in the summer because of failing a medical with his knee problem?
I'm going to go two ways, Gaz, right? Because mine was, for me, I went to Swindon, didn't really have one. Same with Burnley, didn't really have one. It was only until I went to Hull. So in my head, when I failed the medical, I honestly thought, well, every club you go to, you have a medical, right? Mm-hmm. So that's me done. I'm just going to fail a medical all the time.
Yeah.
But I give full credit to my manager. Now, Palace are in a completely different situation, right? Oliver Glasner's leaving at the summer. Mateta said that he wants to go in that. Sean Dyche was in charge, and when he come back He had a good long chat with me, spoke to me at length about how I was feeling, how I was going to perform, all this kind of stuff, and just welcomed me back with open arms.
Yeah.
He basically said to me also, he said, you have to do pre-season with us because no matter what happens, if you stay or move, you need to be fit for when the season starts. So that was another thing. But they are mid-season now. And Crystal Palace, as we know, are going to be in a transition from where they are now, and it will continue on into the summer because they don't know who's going to go in there and be in charge. So when he comes back, he'll want to come back and hopefully just start playing, performing. Because like I said, just because he stayed at Palace, he's still eyes are on that World Cup squad.
Charlie, we spoke about it. How much would humour play a part in Mateta getting back into that dressing room? Because you think to yourself, I mean, it's going to be tough for him, particularly what's been said.
It'll be a couple of weeks, Al.
You think
It'll
so?
be a couple of weeks. It might be a bit sore subject this morning. Let's be honest, chaps. It might be a sore subject this morning.
There's always someone, though, Charlie, in your changes.
Charlie, you've got to meet it head on, man. You've got to get ripped in about him. You've got to get ripped in about him, surely, right at the start.
If anyone's got anything about him this morning, they're turning up in an AC Milan shirt.
I know, mate. I think that's one of the ways you've got to deal with it.
Italian music in the changing room only.
A wee bit of Pavarotti in the background.
But that's football, is it? But that's part. Do you know when that happens? That is a sign of a good dressing room.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know, like as much people are hearing us say that, and that's out of order. No, that's a sign of a good dressing room, good connected. For me, anyway.
Of course it is. You're 100% right. That's not up for debate, mate. Listen, you touched on it. Old team Burnley. It's not really happening for them. And I'm watching that game last night, Charlie. And if you're a Burnley supporter, crikey, you're disappointed this morning and last night, aren't you?
Yeah, but are you surprised now, right?
No,
Don't get me wrong. I'm on the way home from the school run, and I thought you was having me on at 8:45, so I did have a panic up. But I heard Gabby say they've won 8 Premier League games, haven't they, so far? Yeah. Like over the course of the year, 2 years, is that right?
2 years, that's correct, yeah.
So are you surprised? Are you surprised of how Burnley have done? Because they haven't shocked anyone for a long, long time in the Premier League when they come up. They are the ultimate, too good for the Championship, not good enough for the Premier League. Yeah. And that's an unfortunate scenario. But also, Sunderland, you've got to give them full credit.
100%.
Everyone that's involved in them, they spent the money to stay in the Premier League. And look what's happening. But for Burnley, it looks like a complete opposite.
Leeds as well, haven't they? Leeds have showed up, in the last 6-7
But it's been refreshing, right?
Yeah.
It's been refreshing for the Premier League to see that. It's been nice to see 2 other clubs down there. Well, a group of them really down there. Mm-hmm. West Ham are struggling. Obviously, Wolves are the worst team in the Premier League, but like Southampton were last year, right? But it's nice to see we're not having the same old conversation that the clubs that come up from the Championship are just not good enough and they're going straight back down.
Yeah. Great to see you, mate, Charlie.
What's up, man, Charlie?
Enjoy that school run, pal. Can't beat it.
Yeah, cheers, boys. All the best.
Take care, mate. Thanks very much for your time this morning. Coming up, we're going to turn our attention back to the situation at Spurs, Gabby. With 15 minutes to go. Thoroughly enjoyed this one's flown in, eh?
Absolutely.
Flown in, mate. Should a captain ever call out their board publicly?
No.
Well, we chat about that next, mate.
Look, Ross the Motherwell fan has texted a little bit cruelly, but says, I might be wrong, but I'm sure it was that sausage Rodri that complained about the length of the grass at Hampden when Mighty Scotland pumped Spain 3-2.
He's right.
Do you really think, though, in truth, that Rodri he's more frustrated by the level of City's performance than he is by officials?
Well, he has to be, you know, and he'll probably, you know, something. He's just a phenomenal player, Jeff. Absolutely fantastic player. And, you know, there's no getting away from it. And he's not firing on all cylinders yet, coming back for, as you correctly say, a very, very serious injury. And he will get back to fitness. You see signs of it. He's still not there yet. So with that comes frustration, right? There's no getting away from it, because you want to be at the level that you know you can be. So you start looking at other things, and other things that generally wouldn't really get to you start annoying you. Wee things. Now, he might have a point with Solanke maybe touching Gahey at the back. But I've watched it. I reckon I've watched it, but no joke, Jeff. I've sat and watched that about 30 times this morning, right? Now, the goal itself, it does really well with Kusanov, shrugs him off, great physical strength. Now, he sticks his leg through Gahey's leg. He probably, you can't tell from the angle when you're looking at it. What you can tell is he does make contact with the ball, right? Ever so slight contact with the ball, then it goes on to Gahey's foot and goes into the back of the net. Jeff, I'm giving a goal all day, right? I think probably the vast majority of goal scorers would give a goal all day. But the problem isn't that. The problem's not that decision not going Manchester City's.
.50, mate, we're nearly there. Flowing in.
Load.
Isn't it?
When you're having fun, mate. That's what
enjoyed
happens.
it. Alan and Gabby were this morning. Just to run over what we've given you this morning. What you know this morning, Sunderland moved 8th, or joint 7th if you're an optimist in the Premier League, with a brilliant 3-0 win over a poor Burnley at the Stadium of Light. Cristiano Romero was called out to Spurs board after having a go at the recruitment in the January transfer window amidst an injury crisis, and Arsenal struck a last-minute deal to sign highly rated defender Jayden Dixon from Stoke City for around £500,000. And this signing got the producers, no doubt, thinking about this.
To Lap again with a long throw. Oh, it's an own goal!
The delivery has to be good, and you have to have people who want to head it.
Into the 6-yard area, Gabriel Jesus again! And the kings of set pieces are crowned once more.
They're like basically a sort of classier version of Tony Pulis' Stoke. Defend like mad and rely on set plays.
I think scoring from every situation is what we want to do. Obviously, when you are able to create 13 corners, you have to take opportunity to score from them. That's clear.
We can report that Arsenal have made the signing of 18-year-old centre-back Jayden Dixon from Stoke City, and in doing this have officially completed their transition to Arsenal City.
Absolutely embarrassing. Our producer unashamedly any opportunity to give Stoke City a after Mikel Arteta spent the whole season, according to some, emulating the great Tony Pulis Stoke City side of 15 years ago. I don't even know why I'm reading this. I should not be giving them the satisfaction of reading this. Now to top volley, signed the defender who's been learning his trade under Tony Pulis' Stoke captain, current first team coach Ryan Shawcross. Before again we move on, I mean, seriously though, Gabby, right? I saw, particularly this season, it was Liverpool really, really struggle with a long throw that Brentford had. And it makes sense. Why would you not use it?
Exactly, rightly so.
Correct.
I don't know why it's took so long for us every team to use it. Brentford were very good at it again against Aston Villa on the weekend. There was a couple of scary moments because player in front of the keeper can't be offside from a throw-in, get players around. Even the opposition defender might try and get a header in, but he's under pressure, drops on a 6-yard box, bang, goal. Every team should be doing it.
Absolutely. It is now time for this, Gabby.
Win a trip to South Africa with the Barmy Army on talkSPORT.
There's no way in this planet that you're telling me who sang that.
I might have been putting my headpiece on because Ed says Bon Jovi to every single song that comes on, but I'm going to have a wild guess at Bon Jovi.
No, it's not. It's Toto. There you go.
Close.
Now, have you been to South Africa?
I have not.
Oh, mate.
I'll be careful what part you go, don't you?
Fantastic. Well,
lock the doors. Don't stop.
It's funny when I was there. I've been there a few times, but I was there in 2010 for the World Cup, and it's like anything else. When you go to somewhere in the World Cup, generally speaking, it's probably the safest place on the planet. You go to Russia, call security. Russia was the same, but South Africa, I loved, mate. I loved it. Went all over. Went to Nelspruit, Joburg, Durban, Cape Town, Bloemfontein. Wonderful country.
Stunning, isn't it?
Oh, wonderful country, mate. Now the Barmy Army are heading back to South Africa next winter to cheer on England, and you could be right with them in full force. What a trip that will be. We're giving away a week for two at the 2027 New Year's Test in Cape Town. It is without doubt one of the most beautiful stadiums in the world, with Table Mountain in the backdrop. Climbed it, went up it, fabulous. Flights, hotels and spending money are all covered. Didn't climb it, I take that back, I went up it. The countdown is on. You've only got till Friday to enter. Listen up, and here's how you do it. For your chance to win, text 1 to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or call 0343 418 7260. Lines close this Friday at 4 p.m. Now that, of course, is when you'll have to answer the phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. Again, for your chance to win, text 1 to 83338 now. Now, someone who'd love to win this competition is Big Al, who is back tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing the big fella.
Yeah, but I'm glad he's okay as well.
He's great.
A lot of messages to me. People that I've walked past and said how he's just. He's totally fine. He's had an ear infection. He'll be back in good form tomorrow.
I tell him, honestly. And here's something for you. Have a think about what I'm about to say to you, right? You always got a good judge of what's going on and how the general public are feeling about things.
Yes.
When you talk to taxi drivers.
Oh yes,
right?
yes, cabbies,
particularly London cabbies and Glasgow cabbies.
Yes.
The two people when I get in a cab, they ask me about our gas coin in Brazil.
Are they?
Aye.
Why two are you and Al?
Is that right?
Yeah.
They
Not
always.
me. Don't ask about myself.
They always.
I'm fine, by the way. when I pay the bill, I'm fine. If you wondered.
Oh, you're very good at paying that. I've no complaints here, mate. I'll stay one thing. You're the most generous out of all the talkSPORT presenters. You're the most generous by a mile, 100 miles. But it's amazing. But it's amazing because they always want to know the gas coin's an obvious one, right?
Yes.
But the love out there for Big, I don't think he appreciates the love out there for Big Al. They love him,
national treasure.
They absolutely love him.
I'm looking forward to listening and tomorrow and finding out how much he's enjoyed being at home. Has he been helping around the house?
You know what I think? I think
gardening.
I think we should go to the opposite end of the spectrum. I think we should get Jill on.
Yes.
Ask Jill how much she's enjoyed it.
My ear's still hurting, Jill. My ear's still hurting. Where's my tablets?
I can imagine him. He'll have been non-stop, the big fella. He'll have been doing all the DIY jobs about the house.
Yes.
He'll be all the gardening. Could you imagine him?
Yeah.
I bet he's been non-stop, the fella.
I reckon, Ali, he's probably already on his way to London now to get out of the house. I'm going to work. I can do 5 days. Whenever you need me, I'm ready.
Can't wait to see him tomorrow. Big Al is back from 6 o'clock. Cannot wait. Be with him from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And we will have a top show ahead for you. So ahead of the Six Nations returning, we join live. Oh, great lineup. Rugby World Cup winners, no less. Martin Johnson and Jason Robinson.
Legends.
You better believe it. Absolutely fantastic. And a legendary Premier League striker, former England, Liverpool, Newcastle and Real Madrid striker Michael Owen be with us for half an hour. Brilliant. Absolutely looking forward to that. We'll find out if he agrees with Gabby that Ekitike right now is the best striker in the Premier League. What are you up to today, mate? You're heading up the road?
Yes, going to Newcastle.
Magic.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Newcastle, they love me up there.
They can't get enough of you up there.
They can't.
They can't.
But can you do me one favour tomorrow?
Of course.
Can you please ask Alan about this and just say, Alan, what do you think about Kim Kardashian spending nearly 40,000 on 3 nights in a hotel?
What do you think? What do you think is the? There's a double act. Imagine that be double act for dinner. Kardashian in Brazil.
I know.
I'll leave you with that thought.
Kim, do you fancy coming to the Ned?
Brilliant, mate. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you
Ali.
very much out there for your company. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. 6 a.m. tomorrow. Set your alarm. Jim coming next.
Whoosh, have that.